I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
It doesn't matter. It's about whatever makes you say to yourself, I am great.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
And welcome into this IdahoSports.com game stream production of the Idaho High School State Football Playoffs. Tonight we come to you live from Rocky Mountain High here in West Meridian. State playoff coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valleywide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealers, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Good evening once again, everyone. Alongside me tonight is Zach White. My name is Lucas Gephardt. Happy to have you along for the ride here tonight, and what a ride we expect this one to be. Tonight, we have a game that wasn't officially on the calendar until last week, but when both these teams decisively won their first state playoff games, and they saw when this first bracket was released a few weeks ago, they saw this potential matchup looming in the state semifinals. Both schools, let's be real, maybe the whole state except for those maybe in Kuna and Post Falls. This was the matchup that everyone was waiting for here tonight. This is Rocky Rigby, winner going to the state championship.
Well, first off, Lucas, I want to say thank you for having me. Again, We did the Eagle game against Madison last week. That was a lot of fun, and we got an even more exciting matchup here tonight. And you said it, this matchup it wasn't even on like the bracket, like they were on the same sides of the bracket, but it so happened to have these teams play against each other. And this is what we've been talking about. We brought up in the game last week that these two teams are the highest scoring points per game, offenses in 6A, and they have some of the best point differentials in all of the teams so far, though. So this should just be a really high-scoring but gritty matchup.
Yeah, you look at this Rocky team, just run through everyone. They score 44 points a game. Their point differential, you mentioned, Zach, 35 points a game, beating teams on average by an average of 5 touchdowns. On the other side for Rigby, they score 41 points a game. A bit more of an out-of-state heavy schedule, but they're beating opponents by an average of 20 points a game. As they do the coin toss here at midfield, it will be Rocky that is getting the ball first as teams shake hands at midfield. And while they get the kickoff units, we'll tell you a couple notes about this matchup here tonight. It's going to be the 4th time that these schools have played each other in the last 6 seasons here in the state playoffs. All of them have been in the semifinals or later, a game we also refer to sometimes as the state championship. That would be later than the state semifinals. Back in 2019, Rocky beat Rigby 31-9. They went on to win the state championship. In 2020, Rocky beat Rigby 17-14 in the state championship, so they won the state championship that year. In 2022, just 2 years ago, Rocky beat Rigby right here on this same field 34-27 and went on to win the state championship. Zach, there's a theme here.
There is definitely a theme here. Not only do these teams know how to play in the regular season, Rocky Mount finishing with a perfect 10-0 in the regular season, and Rigby finishing with a 9-1, their only loss coming the first week of the season by only a couple possessions. However, what we need to recognize is that these teams know how to play in the postseason. Rocky Mountain had beat CUNA 35-7 in the quarterfinals last week, and you mentioned Rigby had defeated Post Falls in their matchup last week, leading to this game. And the winner of this game will play the winner of Coeur d'Alene hosting Eagle up north in Idaho.
Yeah, which will kick off in about an hour as they play that one up in the Pacific time zone. So Rigby is going to kick things off. They're wearing their all-white uniforms with the maroon numbers and the Red Devil pitchfork on the side of the helmet. We all know the story about that, those listening in Rigby. Rocky tonight, the all-black uniforms, purple helmets, and silver numbers. We are ready to roll here from Rocky. Rigby got it teed up. Their kicker here tonight, Joel Ricks, the senior, has it teed up on the far hash. Rigby will be kicking from left to right. Jeff Thompson, one of the men back deep to receive for Rocky. End over end kick. It's going to go to the other man. That's Caden Kimball Turner. Here comes Kimball Turner down the far numbers as he works his way towards the hash, approaches the 20, and is dropped at the 18.
Things are already starting to get a little bit scrappy out there on the kickoff, which was taken to about, no, I don't even think the 20-yard line, probably about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, didn't get out to the 20. Well, initially kind of got out to the 20. They're going to spot it right at the 20. So forward progress gives himself right out to the 20. Rocky will start on the far hash. Zach, one of these two teams has played in 6 of the last 10 state championship games. One of these two teams.
That just shows again that these two teams know how to play not only during the regular season, but when it comes to that playoff football, they know how to play. And especially, we're going to see a different mindset from Rigby. As we mentioned, they got the pitchforks on the side of their helmets representing they are the Red Devils in the postseason.
Yeah, they are. They're going to start it on the ground, and here comes that Red Devil defense swarming to the ball carrier, a loss of 2 as they try the left side. Rigby's setting the tone early.
Yeah, Rigby is setting the tone early, and again, they are the visiting team, so you want to be able to silence this crowd early and establish yourself that, hey, doesn't matter that we have one loss, but we saw what we did to Post Falls last week, and we're going to come into your building and we're going to do that exact same thing.
Rocky has not been challenged yet the entire year as we have a whistle, officials timeout as they reset the play clock, it looks like. 11:24 to go here in the first quarter, ready for action once again. Rocky has just blown out everyone they played. It's been by multiple scores. Games have been over well, maybe even into the first half, let alone the second half. This might be the first time they're challenged here this entire season. Rigby, a little bit of movement up front as they shift their defensive line. Jet sweep as they toss this one out to Jeff Thompson, who's trying to find the edge on the far side. And Thompson's thrown out of bounds, just a gain of 3 as Rocky tries to find the edge. Rigby's bringing the energy on defense.
They're going to lead to a 3rd and long here for the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. And looking at Rocky Mountain, you said they're scoring 44 points a game, and they're not even getting a total of 10 points per game, so a 35.2 point differential. But again, we mentioned they've been blowing their opponents out of the water. They haven't really played anyone that can challenge them. Yes, yep. And Rigby can be this team tonight.
Yes, they can. 3rd and 8. 4 wide receivers in the set. Trips left to single right. Rovig will throw. He's the Rocky quarterback. Slant pass over the middle, caught at the 29, short of the first down marker. 4th down coming up. That was Bird Drew, the junior tight end, on the reception, but he's a few yards short. 4th down coming up here for Rocky.
Rigby being a team that gives up 21 points per game. So the offense we know is there. The offense is without a question the strength. The defense can be a little shaky at times. Like they've given up 39 points to Hillcrest. They give up 24 points to Thunder Ridge. But then you have points like against Highland. They only give up 3 points. Against Moses Lake, which is a high school in Washington, only gives up 12. So we know this defense can step up to the plate, but the offense is going to be the big factor in today's game.
And wow, they somehow gave him the first down. I thought he was short of that. They mark it up at the 30. So Rocky 1st and 10. They're going to go to the ground. Big hole over on the left side. First down and a lot more. Down the sideline they go. Tayshawn Reese at the 10. Touchdown Rocky. 70 yards for Reese, and the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies strike first.
Wow, that drive went from a potential 4th down, what we thought up here in the booth was a 4th down and going to give Rigby the ball for their first drive, but no. Tayshawn Reese, number 20, one of the senior running backs, takes it down the near sideline for a touchdown. And guess what? We already have a score in our hands little under 3 minutes into this game.
That we do. 6-0 Rocky as the Grizz strike first.
Hopefully we got to pick up some of that, the home crowd here. They were right in front of us and down below us, and they got loud as soon as they saw Reese running down that sideline.
Yeah, they're fired up. Extra point on. It is up and good from Sawyer McClendon, the Rocky kicker. 7-0 Rocky. And here we go. This is I know Mike Tyson's fighting tonight, but this isn't the only heavyweight battle that we got going on here tonight. Rocky lands the first blow. 9:50 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Grizz. Rigby will get the ball here momentarily. While we have the moment, we'll tell you about the Rigby offense led by quarterback Jake Flowers, the younger brother of Luke Flowers, who now is playing up at the University of Montana. Had a chance to see Luke the last couple playoff runs for Rigby, and dude is an absolute gunslinger. And from what we hear, I haven't seen Jake play yet, but from what I've heard, younger brother might be a little bit better.
And that's always going to be an interesting discussion, especially Thanksgiving just right around the corner. You got Jake Flowers. If they can win this game and win state, you got the older brother potentially coming home, and the younger brother, Jake Flowers, the quarterback for Rigby, is telling like, hey, I won the state championship. How does that feel? So maybe a little bit of a rivalry there, but we did talk to some of the coaches that Jake Flowers, only a junior, mind you, he still should be here next year, that Jake Flowers is the real deal.
2 men back deep to receive this kick for Rigby. It's going to be Kason Thomas along with Owen Golding, as the Rocky kicker has this one teed up on the near 40. 9:50 to go here in this opening quarter, as McClendon has it teed up here on the near side. McClendon will jog up and send it deep towards the end zone. It'll be Thomas from the 4. As he works his way between the hash marks and the numbers, dropped inside the 25, down at the 24.
Caden Kimball Turner with the tackle right there. We saw his name. We called out his name a couple times on that opening drive. Now, the interesting question about Rigby is, you let up a 70-yard touchdown run on that opening drive. How are you going to answer back? Yeah. And you got that Red Devil magic, you got that Red Devil blood, whatever you want to call it, but you got essentially an alter ego going from the Rigby Trojans to the Red Devils in the postseason. So we'll see what this Rigby offense can bring to the table, which, again, scoring 41.1 points per game.
Yeah, it's definitely a high-flying offense here for Rigby, and here comes that high-flying offense. And the quarterback, Jake Flowers. He's going to start in a shotgun set, tight end left, twins left, here on 1st and 10. They start from the 24. Man in motion coming towards that near side. That's Parker Graham, and we have a whistle before they can snap it. And it looks like it's going to move Rigby back 5 yards as we wait for the signal. It's a delay of game on Rigby, so Rigby couldn't get the snap off. So set them back 5 yards, 1st and 15 now.
First play, that's not ideally how you want to start your opening drive on a delay game, but again, you have to traverse the whole field just to tie this game up right here. So we'll see how, again, the Rigby offense can answer that long touchdown run.
Same set, same motion. They go to the ground. Now pulling it is Flowers on the read option. Down towards the near side, picks up just a couple as he's tackled along that near sideline. Gain of about 2.5 for Flowers.
we should expect quarterback Jake Flowers to be throwing the ball, and he's got a lot of players to rely on. He's got Kason Thomas, number 1, a receiver. He's got Parker Graham, the guy we saw in motion. He's another receiver. A lot of good running backs. Amani Morrell. We got Dallas Waldron. We got Jersey Duenas. Like, we have so many good players on this Rocky Mountain offense. So many guys that you can spread the ball to.
Second down, they go back to the ground here. They come down the near side across the numbers. It's going to be a first down as they go to Morrell, one of the players you just mentioned there, Zach. And Morrell has a first down to the 39. He's a Skyline transfer. Expect a lot of just back and forth action. We talked about Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting tonight. This is not the only heavy-hitting matchup, and I'm expecting blow after blow, essentially meaning big plays after big plays from both of these teams. The two highest scoring offenses in the 6A classification here in the 6A state semifinals. Trips left, single right, first and 10, Rigby from the Rocky 38. We'll send a man in motion, Morrell out to the left. Flowers is going to keep. Flowers trying to find some room on the left side, throws a stiff arm and out of bounds at the 45. Pick up a 6 on the quarterback draw.
Caden Kimball-Turner, the Rocky defender who wrapped up and tried to get him, almost got stiff arm, but good job by him by keeping his arms out, not grabbing at any horse collar or face mask to just simply push him out of bounds. So good awareness by both running back and defensive back out there. You usually see receivers play defensive back, but you only typically see a running back play DB.
Yeah, well, Caden Kimball-Turner is one of the highest rated recruits in the state of Idaho right now. He's going to be playing at Wyoming next year, one of several future Division I athletes on the field tonight. 2nd and 4, up the middle they go, right near the sticks as they try to squeeze this one between the tackles. It's Morrell on the carry, and appears to be just short.
Looks like they're going to call it a 3rd down and 1 here for the Red Devils. I'm just going to call them the Red Devils the whole night. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to the story at the next change of possession, which I'm sure many of you listening in Rigby already know the story, but for those here on the west side, we think it's a cool story. So 8 minutes to go, 3rd and short. Ball here at the 48 on the near hash. Shotgun set for Flowers. Flowers on the keeper. Flowers straight ahead, has the first down to the 50. Just straight ahead, quarterback, not even a draw, just quarterback power more of. And Flowers has the first down.
Yeah, looking up from the box up here, I didn't think he got it first. I think it got stuffed behind the line, but looking where the first down line marker, he obviously did get the first down. Repeats it down, is now a 1st and 10. It looks like right at midfield. The nose of the football is sitting on the 50.
All on that near hash as Rigby breaks huddle. Flowers shotgun set as a tight end flanked right, twins left. Send 2 tight ends in motion. They both reset over to the left. So strong left formation here as Flowers claps in. He'll hand it off up the middle. This is Morrell again. Morrell sneaks out of a tackle, still on his feet across the 40. A pickup at 15 as he hits the turf. Check that. That was Jersey Duenas, one of his first carries of the night, and he picks up 15.
Jersey Duenas, great job bouncing to the outside. Almost could have been a disaster. That last hit by number 12 for Rocky Mountain, Trey Broadbent, almost knocked that football off. You could see Duenas at the very end had to grasp the football with both of his hands as he was going to the ground to make sure he kept possession of that ball, and he did. So almost could have been a catastrophe on this drive right here, but Rigby maintains possession of the football.
1st and 10, empty set. Duenas lined up as a receiver right. Shuffle pass, now they go up the middle. This shuffle pass straight up the middle between the hash marks. Big gain all the way down to the 20. It's another first down for Rigby. Shuffle pass goes to Bryson Youngstrom.
Another running back, another senior running back, I should say. Just another playmaker and weapon for quarterback Jake Flowers to utilize. I mean, he's got so many. We've already said like 4 or 5 guys' names out there, and like 3 of them haven't even touched the ball yet.
Yeah, they got a lot of weapons, does Rigby. 1st and 10 now, operating in the red zone. Ball at the 20. Between the hash marks they go. Jet motion from Thompson coming to the near side. Now he's going to throw to Thomas. Had him on the wheel route, and it's incomplete. Thomas would have walked into the end zone had he caught it. The pass just a little bit off the mark.
Just a little bit. Looked to be like a flat route turning into a wheel up the near sideline. He had him. There was only one defender between Kason Thomas and the end zone, but a throw a little off the target from quarterback Jake Flowers right there. So hopefully they can regroup. 2nd and 10 right here as they're going to still be spotted from the 20-yard line, but missed opportunity right there to get on the board.
Without a doubt. Ball sitting between the hash marks. Flowers under center. Two receivers left, tight end left, single back formation. They'll send a man in motion coming to the near side. They fake it to the man in motion, hand it off up the middle, met between the hash marks, still on his feet is Morrell. Morrell, the junior back, a violent run down to the 14.
Amani Morrell, we've called his name a couple times. Fun fact about him, I should say. He all-state running back.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He is very, legit. Very good. Yeah. And Jersey Duenz, we've called his name a couple times, a two-headed back attack, and they've also got number 25, Bryson Youngstrom, who caught that long shovel pass to get him inside the red zone. So again, we keep saying it, but a lot of weapons for quarterback Flowers to utilize and get the ball to.
Might be the only offense in the state that can keep up with Rocky's pace as we have a whistle, officials timeout. And they're going to wave Duenez off the field. Oncoming is Thomas. I don't know why they made him leave, but they did. So Thomas on, Duenez off.
And it looks like they're still trying to tell Case and Thomas. I'm not really sure what's going on out there on what the play is.
Yeah, they got to get him to play.
He probably wasn't expecting to be on the field, but hey, you got to get another wide receiver out there on this 3rd and short.
3rd and 4 from the 14. Rigby finally getting organized here. It'll be a shotgun set, twins left, single right. Just all kinds of confusion offensively here for Rigby, and they have to use a timeout. You could see the near receiver. That was Owen Golding waving his hands. He didn't know what the play was. Rigby had to use a timeout.
And it looks like we got a flag on the field.
And it's a delay a game against Rigby, so they did not get the timeout in apparently. It's the second delay a game on this drive for Rigby. And it turns a 3rd and 4 into a 3rd and 9.
Yeah, that is not ideal, especially you've been moving the ball really well, trying to answer back on that Rocky Mountain opening drive touchdown, but forcing it from a 3rd and short to a 3rd and long now. Let's see what Jake Flowers and this offense can come up with. It looks like they've got 3 receivers out there, 1 running back on this 3rd and long.
3rd down and 9 from the 19. Ball between the hash marks. Rigby in the red zone facing its first 3rd and long of the night. Flowers will keep. Flowers on the left side going nowhere. There to make the stop for Rocky was Owen Weatherly. The junior linebacker makes the stop. 4th down and long now for Rigby. And a decision time here. The ball's at the 21. Might be too far for a field goal.
Well, they lost 2 yards right there. So it went from a 3rd and 9 to a 4th and 11. So the question is, do you go for it? It looks like the offense is going to stay out there because, this might be a little bit long of a field goal for Rigby, but they're going for it.
Empty set. 5 receivers in the set as Rigby now will look towards the near side. As we approach the 4-minute mark of this opening quarter, Flowers looking down at his play sheet attached to his hip, now under center, will back up to a shotgun set. 5 receivers still, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Flowers to throw. Flowers over the middle, pass caught, first down inside the 5 and tackled at the 2. First and goal, Rigby. This is what Rigby did 2 years ago when they came to Rocky, when they needed the play, they made the play. They make a play here, 1st and goal.
That pass was brought in by number 3, Parker Graham, the receiver defensive back hybrid, and he gets him inside the goal line. It looks like that would have been a touchdown, but it looks like a timeout was called.
Yeah, timeout Rocky. Rigby quickly to the line. Rocky got a timeout in as Morrell, they blew that one dead. Morrell was 5 yards into the end zone by the time the official blew it dead, but nevertheless, they give Rocky the timeout. And Rigby is on the doorstep. We'll take a breath. We'll thank some of our partners.
Idaho Drug in Rigby, a tradition in pharmacy since 1947 where your health is their priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or a gift for that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main Street for all your pharmacy and drugstore needs. They also offer free local delivery. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. At Jab Construction, they won't tell you they are the right choice, they will show you. As Rigby's #1 custom home builder, they are dedicated to honesty and communication to ensure your property is built the right way. Go Trojans from Jab Construction.
All right, so the ball is on the far hash. A lot of ones on the scoreboard. 1st and goal from the 1 in the first quarter.
I was going to say in the first quarter.
3:44 to go. You just look up at that board and there was just a line of ones. Rigby will come out in a pistol set. No receivers in this set. 3 running backs in the backfield. Flowers will hand this one off up the middle, and the whole pile is in the end zone. This has to be a touchdown.
Refs are convening towards the
There's
goal
no
line.
signal
No
yet.
one's called anything quite yet.
It's Duenes, and now we get the touchdown signal. Jersey Duenes in the end zone for a Rigby touchdown, and the Trojans strike right back.
So we've been talking a lot about the playmakers, the running backs, the receivers out there. Head coach Armando Gonzalez for Rigby had said talked about his offensive line in a really positive way, saying this is the best offensive line I've had at Rigby in his 8th season. This is the best offensive line he has had. So not just credit all the playmakers that are making the plays on offense, but the offensive line is really the start of it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Extra point is up and good, and we are tied at 7. And, yeah, you mentioned that offensive line, and they're probably up against their biggest challenge of the year, as Rigby has got guys like Rowan Rupp, who's got offers from Boise State, Nevada, New Mexico. He's a 3-star recruit in next year's recruiting class. He's a defensive tackle. And you also have a guy like Isaiah Reed. He's on his way to Nevada at the linebacker position, right? So there's some dudes on that defensive line for
There
Rocky,
definitely
too.
are some guys on this defense. And since we're talking about key players who have offers or have committed somewhere else, safety Hayden Thompson. He is committing to Montana State. And a big player we're going to see come back on the field, offensive lineman Jax Tanner, who is a guard. He has offers from, he's a 3-star recruit. And listen to the schools he has got offers from: Boise State, Boston College, BYU, Cal, and Michigan.
Yep.
Those are not schools you want to mess around with, especially Michigan and with what Boise State has been doing this season. Those, and even BYU, those are some big-time schools.
Yeah, there's some big-time players with offers from big-time schools on both sides. And Rigby will have both these schools, really. Rocky's got a strong class this year. Rigby should have a pretty strong class next year. They got a lot of juniors on this squad. Rocky will have a really strong class next year as well. Rocky, really, for the next 3 years, should have a pretty strong class. So Rigby set to kick this one back away. I counted 15 players from both of these rosters who have made it signed with Division I schools over the last 3 recruiting classes as this one sails into the end zone. So 15 players signed with Division I schools on signing day out of their respective schools, either Rocky or Rigby. 13 of them still on college rosters.
That just shows what both of these programs own up to and what their morales are and how hard they push these guys, man, how good the players are. I mean, the D1 is no joke. Trying to become a D1 college player, getting a scholarship, getting offers, that's impressive. And I keep going back to him, but Jax Tanner, if I'm one of the Michigan scouts and I give him a scholarship from Rocky Mount, Idaho, and Meridian,
yeah,
I mean, that's impressive right there.
Yeah, a guy named Colston Loveland right now, probably helping out with some of those Michigan offers
Yep.
now. So
tight end from Michigan, who projected to go in the NFL as well.
Yeah, projected to be a first-round pick next weekend, by the way, as Rocky gets set for his first down play. Might be his last game ever for Michigan. As Rocky is going to throw, Rovig with time, dumps this one down on the flat, pass is caught by Reese. Reese trying to squeeze out of a tackle. Has enough for a first down up to the 31, pickup of 11. Michigan at 5-5 right now, so they have to win one more game to be bowl eligible. So that's why I say it might be his last game at Michigan Stadium. Probably will be his last game at Michigan Stadium next Saturday.
I would have thought after just Jim Harbaugh leaves and that team just kind of falls apart, and J.J. McCarthy as well and other players, but Jim Harbaugh's the big piece.
That's very true, yeah. Rocky a first down up to the 30. Twins over to the right, send a man in motion. That's Jeff Thompson coming in the near side. They're going to hand this one off to Kimball Turner, who works between the hash marks. Turner up to the 35 before he's dropped, and a pickup of 5. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
We'll have to see how the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies answer back. I know I had talked about on Rigby's first drive how they were going to answer back that long touchdown, and they went down the field, converted on a crucial 4th and long to score a eventual 1-yard touchdown run by Duenes. So we'll see what Rocky Mountain can do. And if anything, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. No team has any slight advantage, but both teams cannot take your foot off the gas pedal. You have to keep driving forward.
Yep, absolutely. 2nd and 7, shotgun set here for Rovig. Rovig will pull this one. It's going to be an RPO. He's trying to find the edge on the near side. Nowhere to go. Ran out of real estate. Out of bounds at the 36. Picks up about 3. Leaves, we'll call it 5 for now while they put it up on the scoreboard. It's going to be less than that. 3rd and 2 coming up from the 38.
If I do expect to play, I would expect to run to one of my many playmakers on Rocky. I know I haven't talked about him that much, but they have guys they've been relying on, especially Caden Kimball-Turner, the Wyoming commit. He might be seeing the ball right here.
They got trips lined up to the right. Well, 4 receivers actually over to the right. Shotgun set. Rovig play action. Rolling to that far side. Rovig still with it. Throws on the run. Pass caught along the sideline. First down, Rocky. It looked like Thompson. Jeff Thompson with the reception. First down, Grizz.
Jeff Thompson, one of the senior wide receivers and the many seniors on this team looking to end his high school career on a positive note, gets the first down right there.
Ball spotted at the 49. Rocky with the 1st and 10. We're approaching the 2-minute mark of this opening quarter. Twin receivers left, one to the right. Shotgun set, running back to Rovig's right. Now he sends a man in motion. That's Thompson. On the jet motion, he dropped the ball in the snap, and Rovig has to just jump on top of it. So that'll set Rocky back a little bit. A rare mistake from this Rocky offense, not just tonight, but all year, really, and they lose about 5 yards.
Yeah, that's going to put the ball on the 43-yard line in their own territory when they were pretty much sitting right at midfield, hoping to go into plus territory of Rigby. Pushes the ball back to a 2nd down and 16, but you can't have mistakes like that. You can tell that you don't want that foot to come off the gas pedal, but here you can see it start to come off a little bit, so they need to get back on it.
2nd and 16, a minute and a half to go. Thompson motion to the near side. Rovig to throw. Rovig with time. Now running out of it, escapes the pocket to the near side, points to a receiver, throws on the run, floats this one down the sideline, and it's caught at the 25. Caught by, there were 2 receivers there. It was Thompson and Benedict, and I think it was Benedict that caught it. There were about 4 guys right there, 2 of them for Rocky. Officials discussing something. There's a flag back at the 48, and Rocky is walking it back.
That
illegal man downfield is the call. So bring this one back.
That was a really, really good play by Rocky, especially by the quarterback, Tovig, as he scrambles out to the near sideline, going to his weak throwing side. He points up, trying to signal, number 1, Jeff Thompson, to go up the field because there was not a safety back there. Yeah. And he had space, and he ran up. He threw a perfect ball as number 0, Cade Benedict, was also running a crossing route towards that area. I thought Thompson would come down with it, but it looked like number 0, Benedict, did. But with that flag, with the illegal man downfield, it's not going to count.
Be a 2nd and 21 following the penalty. Thompson in motion, coming to the near side. Rovig in the shotgun set. He'll throw. Rovig running out of time. Drifts back to his 15. Throws on the run. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 41. Coming between the hash marks. Down to the 28. Rigby comes up with the game's first turnover.
And this Rigby sideline erupted. I mean, we can hear the fans from all the way out here. The sideline is going nuts. And that is a huge turnover with only 40 seconds left by the Red Devils, and guess what? They're going to get the ball back, obviously, with an interception, but they're getting into prime plus territory with the ball being spotted at the 27-yard line of Rocky Mountain.
It was Kobe Walker on the interception. The junior defensive back took advantage of the early pressure by that Rigby front 7, jumped in front of the ball, and came up with the interception. 1st and 10, Rigby now from the Rocky 27. 40 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Flowers will go under center. The Rocky fans just in front of us will make some noise. Man in motion going to that far side. Handoff over on the left side they go, working between the hash and the numbers. Just barely down to the 25. Short pickup here on 1st down. Maybe one more play before we hit the end of the quarter.
What a way to potentially end the quarter right there with a interception, which something that Rocky has hardly done. They've hardly committed any turnovers with the 10-0 record, 5-0 conference play. Turnovers are not in their name and in their game. Yeah, but, I mean, you said it. I'm looking for the number. Kobe Walker, number 16, had come up with the interception.
Clock down to 2 seconds now, 1 second, and we hit the end of the quarter as Rigby was trying to get the play off, but we have hit the end of the first quarter. And what a fun first quarter it was. We expect the next 3 to be maybe even better.
Brolim's Fresh Foods has always been a proud supporter of the Rigby Trojans. Good luck tonight against Rocky Mountain. Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Rigby Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right. Buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at www.taylorchev.com. ProPete Fertilizer is an environmental-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into the soil. ProPete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications as it encourages steady plant growth for healthier turf with less mowing and thatch. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. ProPete wants to wish the Trojans good luck tonight.
All right, so we begin this second quarter at the Rocky 25. Rigby with the ball, fresh off the Kobe Walker interception. Rigby will come out, twins left, single receiver right, tight end left. Single back here in the shotgun set. It's Duenes. Send a man in motion. That's Thompson going to the far side. And they're going to hand this one off. No, it's a keeper. Keeper to Flowers as they faked it on the jet motion, then faked the handoff, and Flowers with the ball had nowhere to go. And Weatherly, a second tackle for loss for him here tonight. It's a loss of about 4.
Owen Weatherly making a name for himself tonight. The junior, both linebacker and defensive end, so a flexible pass rusher, if you will, on certain packages might be down on the defensive line, or on other packages he might be on the edge as a linebacker. So really nice job by being able to penetrate the offensive line, which, again, the coach had said is the best offensive line he's played with. We'll see what these Rocky Mountain guys can do to disrupt that.
3rd and 13. Flowers rolling to the far side. Flowers throws on the run. Pass is dropped. It would have been a first down for Rigby, and it was just flat dropped by the receiver. 4th down and 13 coming up.
That was senior receiver Kason Thomas with the drop. He was open on that comeback route. I didn't see what Rocky Mountain defender absolutely leveled him, just hit him in the back as hard as he could and knocked him out of bounds. So even if Thompson had caught that ball, I'm not sure if it was going to hang on to it with how hard that hit was.
Yeah, that's a good point. 4th down and 13. Rigby deep in Rocky territory will go for it once again. They've already picked up one of these tonight. This one's a little bit longer. 4th and 13. From their near hash. Twins right, twins left. Flowers to throw. Flowers under pressure. Flowers circles, escapes. Flowers still with it. Throws down the near sideline, picked off. Intercepted at the 12, 4th down anyway, so it actually helps Rigby out a little bit. Nevertheless, it's Trey Jacobson with the interception.
We'll call that a punt. We'll call that a short punt or an arm punt. That's essentially what we call it. Yeah, we call it an arm punt right there, an interception thrown. So if anything, if that ball was just knocked down, Rocky Mount would have taken possession, at like the 25, 30-yard line, somewhere in there?
Yeah, it would have saved him about 25 yards of field position.
Yep. So Rocky Mountain is going to start. A scoreboard says they're going to start at the 11-yard line. So, in terms of the play, better if you knock that ball down. But Jacobson really saw that ball right to him. He's like, you know what? I want this interception in a game with high stakes like this.
Yeah, pad those stats, right?
Yeah, exactly.
1st and 10 for Rocky. Now they'll start at the Rigby 11. Each team with a touchdown, each team with an interception. Rocky will start it on the ground. They go up the middle, and not much running room here for Kimball Turner as he works between the tackles, picks up just 2.
Might be seeing a good amount of run plays just to get out of get out of their territory, at least back near the end zone. So expect, the multiple playmakers they have. Kimball Turner is the big one. Jordan Kafari, who we have not called yet, but he's a very big guy. Like a lot of, especially good receivers. So maybe just a lot of check down routes to see if they can get yards after the catch.
Pistol set for Rovig. Slot receiver in motion going to the far side, Thompson. And they go up the middle here again with Kimball Turner. Kimball Turner up the hash marks down to about the 18, short of the first down marker. Third down coming up.
It's going to be about 3rd and 7, only on the 14-yard line. So haven't really done much on this drive, but they're going to call it a 3rd and 3 actually.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. Which they were just late getting the scoreboard updated there.
Yep.
3rd and 3 at the 18. There we go. Under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter. Pistol set this time. Twins left, single right. As Rovig sends a man in motion, Thompson to the near side. Thompson will now circle back out to the far side on the motion. Play action. Rovig to throw. Trying to set up a screen. It didn't materialize, and Rovig's going to have to tuck it and run. And popped right on the far sideline, right at the line of scrimmage, short of the first down marker. Rigby had that snuffed out from the start.
Yeah, we saw number 1, Jeff Thompson, do a little bit of a motion in and then cut back out. Looked like an orbit screen where the receiver just simply has a motion outside, and as soon as the quarterback hikes it, he should be in a forward momentum where he can just catch on the run and take off. But Rigby had that snuffed out completely, forcing Rovig, the quarterback, to just take it, and he ended up getting no yards. So they're going to be forced, I would assume, to punt right here.
Yeah, punt formation here for Rocky. Ethan Miller, the punter, on. And he'll punt this one. A good punt. It goes over the head of Graham, who just watches this one bounce at the 35. And that is where Rigby will start its next drive. 9:22 to play here in the second quarter.
If you're someone who enjoys a propane fireplace but are having problems with your pilot light, unexpected noises, excessive soot, or strange odors, give Fall River Propane a call. They service all makes and models of propane fireplaces. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider. Franklin Building Supply is a proud supporter of local student athletes and all of the building professionals of Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello, worth the trip.
1st and 10 here from their own 35. Rigby will start this next drive. So far, a touchdown and an interception as Flowers will keep as he goes up the middle. Flowers across the 40 down to the 42 will pick up a 7 on first down.
Last couple drives have not exactly gone the way the first quarter looked. A lot of short runs, a lot of just not big plays, not a lot of heavy haymakers being thrown. So
feels like both teams, you kind of see teams feel each other out early. Kind of feels like it's happening right now. 2nd down and 2 from the 43. Run up the middle, powering his way forward for a first down and breaking another tackle down to the 48. The ball carrier, Morrell. Morrell is a big back, an all-state back, as you said earlier, Zach. He's up to the 48, first down Trojans.
Amani Morrell just went, it looked like a simple halfback dive right up the middle. A couple tacklers, Rocky Mountain defenders just bounced off him like it was nothing, tried cutting it to the left, and he got, I'd say, got an additional, 2-3 yards just by simply bouncing it out to the left.
Yeah. Ball up to the 49. Rigby at its own 49. Will come out in a shotgun set, 2 running backs here in the gun with Flowers. Twins right, tight end right. Flowers now send a back in motion over to that far side. They'll throw it on a swing pass to that running back. It's Duenas who's met right as he catches it, and no gain at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like number 10, the linebacker Ryland Kelly, was the first defender to get there, and he sniffed that out really well. You fake it to one running back while the other running back swings behind that play or that motion right there, and he just goes out for a swing pass, catches it, but again, Ryland Kelly, the linebacker, senior linebacker, I should say, sniffed that play out very easily.
2nd and 10 now. Twins right, single receiver. Twins left, I should say, single receiver right. Man in motion, Thomas over to that far side. Play action. Flowers to throw under pressure. Flowers has to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. Flowers had to throw that one before he wanted to and had to just throw it at the feet of Thomas.
Kason Thomas, the intended receiver, just threw it down towards his feet, forcing a 3rd and long here. But we've seen what this team can do on 3rd and 4th downs, especially on longer ones. So,
yeah, Rigby has been the last 4th down. I know they didn't convert on it, but the play was there. And I'm telling you, this is what they did 2 years ago when they came here. They had plays like this, and they just converted on all of them. 3rd and 10 from the 49. Trips left, single right. Flowers to throw. Flowers will now keep it. Flowers has got some room. Down the far side, now cuts outside the numbers. First down to the 30, all the way out of bounds at the 26. The quarterback draw called at the perfect time.
We talk about Jake Flowers and what a gunslinger he is and how good his arm is. We haven't said anything about his legs tonight, and he showed us that he's not just a field general, just sit in the pocket type quarterback. He can make plays with his legs, and that's exactly what we saw right there on that about 20, 25-yard run.
On a 3rd and long, too. 1st and 10 now. They'll mark him out at the 27. Ball on the far hash, tight end in motion from right to left. RPO as they hand it off up the middle, nowhere to go, up to the 25 between the hash marks.
7 minutes and 20 seconds, and the clock is still ticking left in this first half, but Rigby threatening. Rigby really threatening there at the 24-yard line and sitting at a 2nd down.
2nd down and 7, as you said, approaching that 7-minute mark. Shotgun set for Flowers. He's got it back to his right. Thomas in motion coming to the near side. Shuffle pass, and the ball is on the ground. That should be an incomplete pass. It is. That's a shuffle pass. It kind of looked like a fumble, but it is a forward pass. So incomplete, 3rd and 7 coming up.
A good amount of these Rocky Mountain fans, Zambolo stood up and went, oh, fumble, that's our ball. But
yeah.
Nope. No, shovel passes, even though he's throwing it like this, technically still do count as a forward pass.
So it's 3rd and 7 now from the 24. Rigby last time down here ended up throwing an interception on 4th down. Can they cash in right here? Flowers pistol set. Duenas the deep back. As now Flowers will walk this one under center, give his offensive line instructions, backs up to a shotgun set. Twins left, single right. Morrell to his right. They hand it off to Morrell going up the middle, nowhere to go. A generous gain of 2, we'll say. He was met at the line of scrimmage. Officials give him 2 yards. 4th down coming up.
I would, based on that play call right there, I would assume they're going to go for it. Like, they were treating that 3rd down play as if it was 2nd down here.
Yeah.
And now, so you're sitting at, they actually gave 3 yards, so a generous 3 yards right there. It is now 4th and 4, but again, I would definitely have assumed that despite the play call, they were going to go for this no matter what.
Yeah, you're right. They were treating that like a 3rd down. 4th and 4, empty set for Flowers, 5 receivers. 3 left, 2 right. On this 4th and 4, Rocky will bring 5. Flowers to throw. Flowers throws far side, pass caught, 1st down. Thomas right at the sticks, leans forward to pick up the 1st down. Rigby now 2 of 3 on 4th downs.
Jake Flowers has been looking for number 1 for Rigby, Kason Thomas, quite a bit, whether it's been completed or not completed. That is another 4th down conversion, 2 for 3 in tonight's game. And they keep the drive moving as they are now in Rocky Mountain red zone territory.
I'm telling you, man, this is just what they do. They knew what they were doing that whole time.
They're playing like the Detroit Lions out there. Despite what they see, they will go for it no matter what.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. They set up that 3rd down to go for it on 4th down. 1st and 10 from the 15 now. In the red zone are the Red Devils. Ball's on the ground, and the running back had to jump on top of it. As Duenas jumps on top of that, it was a bad snap for Rigby, maybe bad on the handoff too. Snap was clean, just the handoff wasn't.
And that just goes back to just basic fundamental and basic mechanics right there. Fundamentals that should be just like easy like that, like you should know it. Just handing the ball off to your running back. Maybe it was an RPO. The quarterback wanted to pull it away, wasn't able to do it in time, and resulted in the fumble.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was an RPO. Sets him back 4 yards, 2nd and 14. 2 backs in the backfield this time. It's going to be a triple option. Quick pitch out to the far side. This is Morrell. Morrell bulldozes his way down to the 15. Works between the numbers and the sideline, and it's a 3rd and short coming up for Rigby. 4.5 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Now that's how you bounce back from a 2nd and 14 setting up. I would say about like a 3rd and maybe like 3. Definitely a 3rd and short.
Yeah, it looks to be about a 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 4. Shotgun set for Flowers. Tight end motion from left to right. Pistol set now. Here's Flowers resets. Handoff over to the right side. Right near the sticks as they hand this one to Duenes. And we're not as high up as we normally are, so kind of tough to tell where that spot is. It's right near the sticks.
It looks like
first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give the first down to the Red Devils as they are now sitting, I would assume, on about like the 5-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like it's about the 4.5 over there on that far hash. And once they get pretty much inside the 15 on either sideline, it gets pretty tough for us to see where that ball is, just because of the angle that we have here in the press box.
At least we're inside the press box and not outside.
Very true. It is a cold wind here tonight. Pistol set, and it's another bad snap, and Rigby again has to jump on top of it. Again, Duenes bails him out. And it'll set him back another 6-7 yards.
On that one, that definitely looked like a bad snap. And with this offensive line that Coach Armando Gonzalez has been hyping up the whole entire season, for the most part, they haven't allowed like too much pressure, but these bad snaps, especially by the center, like you got to get these under control.
Yeah, without a doubt. 2nd and goal from the 11 now. As we approach the 3-minute mark of this second quarter, pistol set here for Flowers. Flowers hands this one up the middle, they go into the end zone, touchdown Rigby! Jersey Duenes from 11 yards out, the Trojans retake the lead.
We had been calling Jersey Duenes' name not for the reason of scoring touchdowns or getting huge explosive plays. We've been calling his name just retaining possession and just falling on the ball when it's fumbled, but we finally call his name in a positive way tonight as he scores a touchdown and gives Rigby a 13-7 lead pending the extra point.
Off for the point after is Butler, and Butler's kick is up and no problem. It's good. 14-7, Rigby.
Lava Hot Springs. Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off the I-15, their world-famous hot springs are now open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 100 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away. Their indoor aquatic center with Kitty Cove is now open Fridays and Saturdays, noon to 8 p.m., and Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. with special weekday hours. Visit lavahot.springs.com for more information and a calendar of hours. Idaho Drug and Rigby, a tradition in pharmacy since 1947 where your health is their priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or gift that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main Street for all your pharmacy and drugstore needs. They also offer free local delivery. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game.
All right, Rigby getting set to kick this one off here at the near side on that near hash on the 40. Thompson and Reese back deep to receive for Rocky. It's a 7-point lead for Rigby. Might be the only time all year Rocky's trailed.
Yeah, Rocky, I mean, we talked about it. This is the first challenge they had where they might not be dominating this game, and they really have not. So we'll see how they can respond to potentially tie this game up.
Short kick, Thomas from about the 9, makes his way up to the 29 before he's stopped. So some of you, especially on the Rocky side, might be wondering, why are we calling the Rigby Trojans the Rigby Red Devils? Well, here's the story. We'll make it quick as the Rocky offense comes onto the field. Essentially, the story is this. The Rigby head coach, Armando Gonzalez, came from a high school in California. They were called the Santa Barbara Dons, but when they hit the playoffs, they would change their not their official school name, but they would change kind of their surname and they would call themselves the Golden Tornadoes, and they would wear these gold jerseys every road, home, wherever, and they called themselves the Golden Tornadoes as soon as they hit the playoffs. So as Gonzalez was kind of looking into, and he's been at Rigby for 8 years now, as Rocky getting up to the line. We'll finish the story as they send a man in motion. Rovig to throw, and he's going to find his man in the flat. That's Thompson, and Thompson nowhere to go up to the 30, and it's just a gain of about 1.5 yards. So when Gonzalez got to Rigby and was learning about Rigby's history, he learned that there was this high school, Midway High School, that had a fire back in 1949. And when that fire happened, the students at Midway High School came over to Rigby High School. So the students at Rigby decided to change the name from the Red Devils to the Trojans as a way to kind of welcome the new students into the school. And so that's why they're called the Trojans to this day. But kind of the tradition going back to his Santa Barbara days brought that to Rigby. So now their mantra when they hit the playoffs is the Red Devils. And here's that swarming Red Devil defense once again. Finds Thompson over on the numbers, and he's stopped for another short gain. Third down coming up. 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, that's a great story right there. I love the fact that Coach Armando Gonzalez, again, his 8th season now here at Rigby, is taking something that he took in California and essentially giving them a alter ego when it comes to crunch time, playoff time, when it matters most. Again, giving them a different identity that we can just see and a name, but keeping that same mentality and focus that they've had the entire season.
And they've lived up to it the last 3-4 years as well. Third down and 5 from their own 34. Rovig will take the snap. Here comes the pressure. Rovig throws on the run. Pass is broken up. Tried to squeeze that one in down the sideline. Isaac Kepner was in coverage and swatted it to the turf.
So we've talked about tonight how the Rocky Mountain crowd, I mean, they're right next to us, so we can hear them. I had looked it up. Rigby is about 4.5 hours away from here, and Rigby High School 4 hours and 15 minutes away.
We're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Dear Triathlon, let's take on iconic trails and race straight to the top. What's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the view? Yours, Toyota SUVs. Toyota, let's go places.
Halftime here at Rocky, and 14-7 our score. Rigby, the Red Devils, leading the Grizz here on the road in Meridian. Just before we hit the halftime break, I know we ran into some internet issues, so just to recap what happened right before the end of that half, Rigby got the ball right at midfield. It was a shanked punt by Rocky, and then a couple holding calls pushed Rigby back inside its own 35. And Rigby just ran it a couple times and basically ran the clock out, so he didn't miss anything.
Definitely a missed opportunity, though, for Rigby.
Yeah,
that you were at midfield off that shanked punt, a minute 20 left, and then a couple holding calls push you back. Could not score, so he just ran the clock out and we're content with going to the locker room.
Yep. So here's our game summary up until this point. Rocky got the ball first, and it was a Tayshawn Reese 70-yard touchdown run. And that was the first firework of the night. Put Rocky up 7-0 with the point after. Rigby responded with a long drive, ending with a Jersey Duentes 1-yard touchdown run. And that tied the game at 7. Rocky then threw an interception, and Rigby couldn't quite take advantage of it. They drove it down inside the, 30, maybe the 35. Ended up throwing an interception, but it was on 4th down. You called it an arm punt.
Yep, that's new terminology for everyone out there.
Great way to describe what happened there. And then after that, Rocky followed up with the punt. Duenes had another 13-yard touchdown run that put Rigby up 14-7. And then Rocky punting on their last offensive possession, and Rigby had the ball as we hit the half. So there's something that you'll notice after that. After Rocky kind of flexed its muscles after that first long touchdown run, interception, punt. So this Rigby defense stepping up.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier. This Rigby defense, they have allowed 27 points. I mean, they allowed 39 points, as I mentioned, to Hillcrest earlier in the season. But then the defense we know can also play really, really well, giving up 3 points to Highland, giving up only 7 points to this Rocky Mountain team that scores 44 points a game. So they can play, and we highlighted some of their players like Larson, Gage Larson, an edge rusher we haven't even talked about. He got an offer from Eastern Washington. Parker Graham, who's the receiver DB hybrid, he's got offers from Idaho and Idaho State, so keeping him in the valley. But we haven't really highlighted this defense that has been playing very, very well, especially over those next few drives.
Yeah, this Rigby defense has been pretty good here tonight. And Rocky offensively, remember, this is a team that scores 44 a game, and they score most of those 44, usually in the first half. This is a team, listen to some of these scores, Zach. Cuna, 53. Chiawana, a school out of Washington, 42. These are the point totals that Rocky has had this year. Scored 53 against Cuna, 42 against Chiawana, 61 at Mountain View, 56 against Capital, another 56 when they played Centennial, 31 on the road at Meridian, 46 against Middleton, which is a playoff team, 31 against Timberline, another 6A playoff team, 38 against Eagle, not only a playoff team, but a team that's playing for a chance to play the winner of this game in the state championship next week. And then Cuna last week scored 35 against Cuna. I mean, it's 31 points minimum for this Rocky offense, and they have just 7 here at the half.
Yeah, that's really, as I said, a credit to the Rigby defense right there. But hopefully they can come out and continue that momentum, because they do have the momentum. We talked about earlier, no team really has momentum. It was 7-7. Rigby gained a good bit of that in that second quarter predominantly. So we'll see if they can hang on to it, as I believe Rigby should be getting the ball to start the second half.
They do, yes. Yep. And that's important for Rigby. I've been saying, I know I'm not the only one, but on the Gem State Game Day podcast that we do here in Idaho Sports, I've been on the last couple weeks, and I've kind of been sounding the alarm bells a little bit for this one, saying, hey, I know Rocky's running through everyone, but they have not been smacked in the mouth yet. And I said, I think Rigby's going to come out and smack them in the mouth, and they've done that. They lead by 7 here at the half. So if you're Rocky, how do you respond to this? I mean, you've had a comfortable lead all year at halftime. Now here you are in the state semifinals, and you trail by 7.
And based on what I've been seeing, you're relying so much on Caden Kimball-Turner and quarterback Austin Rovig to just make plays for you, and as well, number 1, Jeff Thompson, their star number 1 wide receiver. You're really only relying on those 3 guys to make plays for you. We haven't seen a ton of other names get involved. We haven't called out any other names. So hopefully we can see Rocky try and spread the ball a little more, like what Rigby has done, especially with their 2 running backs. Jake Flowers being able to spread the ball to not only Parker Graham, a receiver, but their running backs, Amani Morel and Jersey Duenes.
Yeah, and those 2 running backs they've been good. As advertised here tonight, Morel's more of the power running back, kind of, in between the tackles, whereas Jersey Duenes more kind of outside the tackles. I'm really their outside the tackles guys. Jake Flowers, the quarterback, right?
Yeah, he's had some really big runs, and he's showing, as we talked about, not just the gunslinger, but he can make plays with his legs.
Yeah, he sure can. So, all right, why don't you go ahead and take us into the next break here with some of our partners.
At Jab Construction, they won't tell you they are the right choice. They're going to show you they're the right choice. As Rigby's number 1 custom home builder, they are dedicated to honesty and communication to ensure your property is built the correct way. Go Trojans from Jab Construction. And if you're someone who enjoys a propane fireplace but are having problems with either your pilot light, unexpected noises, excessive soot, or strange odors, give Fall River Propane a call. They service all makes and models of propane fireplaces. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider.
Once again, your halftime score 14-7. Rigby, the Red Devils, leading Rocky, unbeaten Rocky, here in the 6A state semifinals. Second half coming up after this.
Dear road rivals, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Nissan and Ford charge extra for maintenance. At Toyota, we take care of our drivers. Join us. Toyota. Toyota. Let's go places.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype. Because those vape clouds people claim flavor sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Dear Freedom Hybrids.
In half, 14-7, our score. Rigby leading 14-7. Here with the Trojans, or they call themselves the Red Devils this time of year, leading the Grizz by 7. Rigby's going to get the ball to start things here in the second half. And we said during the break here, Zach, that I think these next 6 minutes so important for Rocky's season. I told you off air, they'll win the state championship or won't in the next 6 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about also, we personally don't think that Rocky has been playing up to their best, because if you take the best of Rigby, like when Rigby at their peak versus Rocky at their peak, Rocky Mountain would take it. Yeah. However, I haven't seen enough from Rocky, like the team that can beat their opponents by at least like 3 scores. I have not seen that quite yet. However, this again, the next 6 minutes will really dictate, and it starts with the defense because Rigby is getting the ball to start.
Yep.
And I know we had saw it last week. Do you think Rocky Mountain would start with an onside kick?
I've seen them do it before. I've seen him do it before, so.
We saw it last week in Eagle versus Madison when Madison, I think, was supposed to get the ball to start, and Eagle did the onside kick, and they got it. No, they didn't. They were very close. They tried it, but Madison got it barely. But it wouldn't shock me if we see Rocky Mountain try something here to open this second half.
Might be the time to try it, as Rocky will be kicking off. McClendon has this one teed up on the near hash on the 40. 2 men back deep to receive for Rigby. One of them, Parker Graham, standing over at the far side. The other one is Kason Thomas. They do kick it deep. And on this windy night, it'll be Thomas here from the 5, as Thomas, working up towards the hash marks, hits the 20 up to the 21 before he's dropped. And the Rockies special teams unit comes up fired up. They're going to need some juice here, Rocky. I just don't think they've hit 100%. 4th down and 1. Rigby with the ball, 11:07 to go. The Trojans are going to go for it. Pistol set for Flowers. They run it over on the left side. 1st down, Rigby. Down to the 35 as they run it off left tackle.
That was an impressive run right there. Very impressive run and a pretty simple play call, in my opinion. It looked to be a read option that was pretty much going to go to Duenas, the running back, who picked up that 1st down right there. As looks like number 10, the other star running back, Amani Morel, is going to check into the game. They're going to have 3 guys in the backfield. 3 guys standing in the backfield right there. Looks to be like a very strange pistol formation with only 2 wide receivers.
Yeah, they got 1 running back to the back, and as they go play action, Flowers is going to unload this one down the near sideline, and it's incomplete. Here come late flags. Pass interference is going to be the call. Defensive back for Rocky, Hayden Gunlack, didn't have his head turned around. 2 flags on the field. The Rigby receiver had about a step and a half, and the ball was underthrown, and Gunlock had no choice there.
Hayden Gunlock, and it looked like he kind of like tackled the legs of the receiver before the ball was even like coming down. Like he definitely did not turn his head, and you definitely cannot hit a defenseless receiver before the ball is hit. So, in my opinion, definitely a crucial but pretty obvious penalty right there. But it is not like the NFL where that ball would be spotted about the 20-yard line. It's spotted just 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so it's only going to be up to the 49. Flowers on the keeper. Here comes another flag. This one's sitting at the 45 as Flowers crosses the 35. And this one probably coming back here on Rigby.
Yeah, I saw the whole time. Number 74, Dayton Boone, one of these senior offensive linemen, was holding the entire time, and that's what the ref on the near sideline was looking at, and that's when he threw the flag. Something else I didn't mention when it comes to flags, which it is going to be a holding call right there. We can clearly hear the penalties. It's not like muffled or anything. You can clearly, it is crisp as day. You can hear everything that's being said by these referees.
Yeah. Which is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's kind of it makes our job easier instead of having to guess. Like, I think it's an illegal man downfield. No, I think it's a holding. Oh no, it was offensive pass interference.
So this sets Rigby back all the way to its own 45 now. Tight end in motion from left to right. They'll reset the pistol set. Handoff up the middle, up to the 50. As this is Morel down to the 49, picks up some of that yardage back. 2nd and 9 coming up.
2nd and 9 coming up, and I think everyone was expecting, despite it being 1st down and 16, a run by number 10, Morel, right there, forcing it to be on there it says 2nd and 10. They're sitting at the 49-yard line of Rocky Mountain, so now in plus territory. And honestly, I kind of want to see them take another shot. I want to see them take another shot down the field. Like, we've seen them establish the run, and we know they have a very good run game. I want to see quarterback Jake Flowers just air the ball down the field like he did a few plays ago where PI was called.
Well, Rocky's been bringing some pressure the last couple minutes. They keep it on the ground this time. 2nd and 10. Morel breaks a tackle up to the 41. As he works between the tackles, makes this 3rd down a little bit easier. Pick up a 7.
It's going to force a 3rd down and 2 right there. Yeah, you're just relying on Morel, just despite the pressure they're bringing to just weave in between those gaps and in between those tackles to get as many yards as he can. And it looks like they're going to run another, like, dual back, maybe even triple back formation.
Yeah, they line up in this pistol set where they have a running back behind Flowers and then a running back to each side. This one's just a shotgun set, running back to his left, trips left, 3rd down and 2 from the 41. Flowers to keep, over on the right side, quarterback keeper, it's enough as he crosses the 40 down to the 38. And it's a fresh set of downs here for Rigby. He's taken up a lot of time, approaching the 4-minute mark of this opening drive here in the second half.
Yeah, and that's with two timeouts called in total, one by each team at the start. Yeah, they are just moving, and that clock is ticking with 8.5 minutes left. And that's probably what their game plan was, is to not let this potent Rocky Mountain offense touch the ball, and they probably want to chew as much clock as possible on these second half drives.
The best way to keep the best offense in 6A from scoring is to set them over on the bench, right?
Yeah, exactly.
1st and 10, a run up the middle. This is Duenes, and Duenes up to the 31, pick up a 6. And if Rigby can do this all night, boy, look out, because they're chewing up some clock here. This has been a 4-minute drive so far as we cross the 8-minute mark of this third quarter.
And the important thing is they are running the ball, but they are not getting stopped after like 1 or 2 yards. They're getting about 4 to 7 yards on each of these runs, which for standards, yards per carry, if you're averaging anything above 4, you're doing something really good.
Yeah, without a doubt. 2nd and 5 from the Rocky 32. Flowers in the gun. Sends a receiver in motion coming to the near side. That's Parker Graham. As they hand it off over on the right side this time, Duenes is across the 30 down to the 29. And he's about a yard short of the first down. Couple Rocky defenders a little slow to get up. One of them is Rowan Rupp, a big, important defensive tackle for Rocky. Rupp has offers from Boise State, Nevada, and New Mexico. He's staying on the field here, just trying to slow this Rigby offense down as the officials give them another first down. Just barely enough to move the chains there.
Barely enough, and yes, that clock is still moving. Other than that one deep shot, they've been just running the ball down, this Rocky Mountain defense.
Yeah, it's been run, pass, run, right? Under 7 minutes to play, tight end in motion from right to left. Play action, they'll throw here. Flowers will throw this one out towards the end zone. Pass is intercepted. The receiver looking for a flag doesn't get one. It's the safety, Hayden Gunlock, who comes over to pick it off.
Hayden Gunlock, number 11, he's the guy that got called for the pass interference on that first pass play of this drive, completely redeems himself with a huge clutch interception for Rocky Mountain, which not only gives them the ball back, but it wipes any potentiality of Rigby scoring off the board.
Yeah, and it was a cover one defense for Rocky, so they had man-on-man coverage. And the defender who was in the man-to-man coverage, there was definitely some hand fighting. Flag was not thrown, and Gunlock comes over from his safety position to intercept it in the end zone. Rocky 1st and 10 now from the 20, and a flag comes in. And it's a 12 men in the huddle call on Rocky, so this will move them back. It is the 3rd combined interception of the night. 2nd one that Flowers has thrown. Remember, his first one came on a 4th down, the arm punt, right?
Yep, the arm punt.
And Rovig has thrown one. That one came back in the first half. 1st and 10, 1st and 15 now from the 15. Bit of confusion here on this one. Rovig throws on the run. Pass is caught anyway. Now trying to turn the corner is Jeff Thompson. Thompson a first down and more up to the 40. Down and out of bounds at the 49. A bit of confusion to start, but Rocky able to get the route they want with Thompson, and they say he's out of bounds at the 46.
Austin Rovig, the quarterback, moving around the backfield, trying to find something. There definitely was some confusion, and Jeff Thompson just running a simple little curl route, finds the ball and is able to circle back towards the near sideline to gain about 15 additional yards.
Thompson, the man in motion. Here comes another flag as they handed it off to Thompson on that jet motion. And it might move Rocky back another 5 yards. Here comes the call. No, it's on Rigby. It's encroachment on the Trojans.
Yeah, that is I was going to say the first defensive penalty by each team, but we had the defensive pass interference. But that is only, the second one committed by the defense. So these defenses, for the most part, have been very disciplined and very mature tonight, but we've seen in this quarter especially one very crucial penalty earlier in this quarter.
Pistol set, Reese the back. Man in motion, Thompson coming to the near side. Ball's up to the Rigby 49. Handoff to Reese. Reese, there he goes up the hash mark across the 45, down to the 44. First down Rocky as he picks up 6.
Tashawn Reese, I'm pretty sure only has like 3 carries tonight, but he's got like almost 80 yards.
Yeah, well, one of them was 70 yards on one carry.
Yeah,
right?
so they might need to give number 20 Tashawn Reese some more opportunity because he seems to be their big play offensive guy as of right now.
He's the deep back once again, trips out to the right. Play action, pass over the middle, a little bit low, had a man, it's incomplete. Pass was down near the ankles as they try to find the tight end who was flanked out there. That was Drew Bird. Bird's another weapon on this Rocky offense. The tight end, a 3-star offer from Nevada right now in his pocket. Second down and 10 from the Rigby 43. Twins stacked left, pistol set here for Rovig. Reese the back. Thompson now in the orbit motion, going out to the right on the far side. Play action, here comes the pressure from the far side. Rovig throws on the run, has a tight end, caught at the 25, inside the 20 and down to the 15. Bird once again on the reception, and Rocky is in the red zone.
Drew Bird, we talked about it on that last play. Little bit low of a throw from Rovig, the quarterback, but that time broke down the near sideline, what seemed to be just like a simple corner route, wide open. The Rigby defense no one was near him, and if he didn't trip, if Bird did not trip, I think he was gone for a touchdown.
I think so too. 1st and 10 Rocky here from the 15 now. Pistol set, they stack it up, bunch formation, another pre-snap flag comes in. And it's another 12-men call on Rocky, second one of the drive.
These first down penalties, I think there's been a first down penalty on 3 of like 4 first downs that Rocky Mountain has had. There's a lot of first down penalties that have been happening. Luckily, on second and third down, they've been getting the plays they need to continue the drive and get a fresh set of downs. But these first down opportunities, you cannot let them slip away and lose yardage on it. Yep. And especially off of a 12 men on the field, that's something you should just know right there.
Yeah, that's a week 1 penalty. 1st and 15 now from the 20. Pistol set. Thompson, the deep man now in the backfield. He gets the carry now up the middle. Thompson breaking one tackle, tried to break another, almost slipped out of the pile. Instead, he picks up just 1 as the Rigby defense had a hard time getting Thompson listed as a receiver, lined up as a running back there on the ground.
Number 14, the fullback, have to shout out our fullbacks, Andrew Russell, looked like pulled to the ground kind of awkwardly, and he wanted a flag. He came up from the ground with his arms up like, ref, where's the flag? And nothing was called. But the fullback, kind of the first time we have called out not a receiver, a quarterback, or running back tonight.
Yeah, Rocky's got about 3 of them listed on their roster, too. It's a deep team.
And they also have something called slot.
Yeah, just slot. Could be a nickel, could be a slot receiver. Rovig to throw on 2nd and long. He's escaping the pocket out towards the far side. Here comes another flag as Rovig is out of bounds at the 13. This one thrown by the white hat and likely coming back as we approach the 4-minute mark. It is holding against Rocky. And you might have heard the wind whistling through the ref's mic there. Goes to show you how breezy it is down there on the field tonight.
And the breezy conditions, it's not making it any warmer on that field. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it's a cold wind. 4:21 to play here in the third quarter. Rocky, another setback on this drive. Moves it back 10 yards all the way back to the 29. It's 2nd and 24 coming up. Austin Rovig, the senior quarterback for Rocky, getting the play from the far side. Now the skilled position players scatter to their positions. Pistol set, trips right, single left. It's a tight end to the left. Now they motion Reese, the back out to the right. Rovig to throw. Here comes the pressure. Rovig throws on the run, has a man down the far sideline. That pass is caught at the 15. It's a pickup of about 15, we'll call it, but they're still well short of the first down marker. You got about a 3rd and 9 coming up. I think that was Bird on the reception there once again. It's either Bird or Reese. They both
think
have
it was
pink mouth guards.
I think it was Reese.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Because it was like the emotion out that we saw. He cut up the field and the block, and there was a great block by Rocky Mountain to free Reese down the sideline, which got him that huge completion, forcing a 3rd down and 9 here.
Shotgun set. They send Kimball Turner in motion out to the left. Rovig to throw on 3rd and 9. Rovig throws, looking to the end zone. No one's home. Throws it out of the back of the end zone. 4th down coming up here with 3:36 to go in this 3rd quarter. And you hear the frustration coming from the Rocky coaches booth, which is right next to us.
I was going to say, that massive thud, if you could hear it, that definitely came from the coaching staff right next to you. We got 2 Rocky Mountain coaches right there with a phone, iPad, all sorts of stuff. Kind of like what we have up here in the booth.
Yeah, well, something hit the table, and it didn't come from us.
No, I definitely think that was a fist.
4th down and 9, and Rocky's going to kick a field goal. This one's going to be about from 31 yards. The kicker, McClendon, on from the right hash. McClendon's kick is up on the way, and it is good. So Rocky gets 3 points out of the drive, and with 3:31 to play in the 3rd quarter, they inch a little bit closer.
ProPete fertilizer is an enviro-friendly product that reduces leaching. ProPete can help replace organic matter back into that soil. ProPete is a great product for turf and ornamental applications as it encourages steady plant growth for healthier turf and with less mowing and thatch. Uses range from lawns and gardens to shrubs and trees. ProPete wants to wish the Trojans good luck tonight. Brolim's Fresh Foods has always been a proud supporter of the Rigby Trojans. Good luck tonight against those Rocky Mountain Grizzlies.
Yeah, huge shout out to all of our partners from all over Eastern Idaho. Rigby is a great town that supports us so well here at IdahoSports.com. Each time we have a Rigby, Madison, Hillcrest, any one of those Eastern Idaho schools, I sometimes joke that we get the yellow pages, but we love it. We love to have the support. Love to have you guys along with us here tonight. 3:31 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's a 4-point lead for Rigby as Rocky gets set to kick this one back away. Sawyer McClendon, the junior kicker, here on the near hash on the 40. Teed up with a green tee, sends this one end over end kick. It's going to be short, received at the 11. And there's nowhere to go up the hash marks as they just hit a wall. Owen Golding on the return. There was just nowhere to go as soon as he hit that front wall, and Rigby will start at the 24.
Now, if you're Rocky Mountain, you are content with a field goal. Obviously, especially from the reaction we heard from the booth right next to us, you wanted a touchdown right there.
They wanted 6.
But they get 3, make it 14-10. I think you got to be content with any sort of points you can get, because let's say off that huge interception you got on Rigby's first drive, you don't come up with any points. That is a huge wasted opportunity right there. But let's see if this Rocky Mountain defense can get another turnover and create some havoc here for the quarterback. I keep saying his name, Jake Flowers. I keep wanting to say his older brother, Tyler. But Jake Flowers, let's see if they can make his life a little harder. Because other than that first quarter, he's looked a little skittish out there.
Yeah, the junior quarterback has this 1st and 10 here from the 25. Rigby hands it off. The running game's been going for the Trojans here in the 2nd half. They pick up another 6 yards here on this 1st down run as they hand it off to Duenes. But yeah, Jake's older brother, Luke Flowers, played at Rigby for the 2 years before. And then I think who you might be thinking of, Tyler Adolfo, before the Flowers
That's what I was thinking
brothers
of. Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Signed over at Weber State. So it's been a long line of Rigby quarterbacks.
If successful Rigby quarterbacks that have gone into D1 colleges. So
yeah,
that just shows how good your program is, especially at the quarterback position.
2nd down and 3 from the 31. They hand this one off up the middle. Big hole and a 1st down up to the 44 for Duenes. And Duenes moves the chains once again for the Trojans. Rigby's thrown it twice in the 2nd half. One of them's been an interception.
And the other one was an incompletion, but helped out by a defensive pass interference call on Rocky Mountain. So they don't have a completion, and there's only 2.5 minutes left. So Rigby might go the whole entire 3rd quarter by just running the ball down Rocky Mountain's throat.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 1st and 10 from the 43. Rocky stacking the box here, showing blitz. Centuena's in motion out to the far side. Rigby runs it anyway against the heavy box, and they're going to rip off another 10, 11, 12 yards. Morrell this time, straight up the middle.
That's another first down right there. And something I'm noticing about the Rigby running offense specifically, they look like they're these read option plays, triple option plays, where the quarterback Flowers is moving forward with the running back as if he's going to take it off. Like they're moving about 2 yards forward before they decide to keep it with the quarterback or hand it to the running back. And I think that's really throwing off the defense because they don't know how to read it.
Yeah, they're running a lot of RPOs too. And so pistol set they go. Again to the left side they go. This one a straight handoff to Morrell over on the left side. And still pick up of about 3-4 yards this time. But Rigby's just doing whatever they want up front right now. 90 seconds to go in this third quarter.
And 90 seconds left, 14-10. And we talked about it. Rigby was moving down the field on that first drive until that crucial interception. It's looking like the same thing, but no passes have been thrown. But we running a lot of run-pass options. We could see the option finally be a pass instead of just continuing to run the ball. But hey, if it's broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. A minute left, and this is going to be a quarterback keeper on the right side this time. Flowers makes it down to the 40. Third down coming up. Under a minute to play here in this fast-paced moving third quarter. This is just the third combined possession of the quarter between the two teams.
Yeah, that's really credit due to Rigby really chewing the clock on that first drive. They chewed about like 5 minutes off that clock before throwing an interception right there.
Yeah, they're chewing up a lot of clock here as well. Under a minute left to play. Approaching the 30-second mark. Empty set on 3rd and 4 for Flowers. Rocky will bring pressure. Flowers throws quickly, pass is dropped. It would have been a first down, and it just fell out of the hands of Evan Freeman, the sophomore. Couldn't haul it in. 4th and 4 now from the Rocky 40. And Rigby keeping the offense on the field.
I was about to say, if I had to bet, I would say that the Rigby offense would be staying out on the field because we've seen them go for a 4th down, I believe, 3 times, and they've converted 2 of them. And the 2 times they have converted have been 4th and fairly longs.
Yeah, so 4th and 4 here with 21 seconds to play.
And this crowd is getting very loud right here. Rocky Mountain trying to do what they can to stop Rigby and hopefully get another turnover essentially in this quarter.
4th and 4 from the 40. Whistles timeout. Taken by Rigby. So that's going to be Rigby's second timeout. So this is going to be important as we head to the fourth quarter. Rigby with just 1 timeout left. Rocky has 2. And 21 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Lava Hot Springs, Idaho is your destination for a fun or relaxing day, whichever you choose. Just 11 miles off the I-15, their world-famous hot springs are open now from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and until 11 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. The all-natural geothermal springs are always a warm, hear this out, Lucas, 102 to 112 degrees, so you can come and soak your worries away. Their indoor aquatic center with Kiddie Cove is now open Fridays and Saturdays, noon to 8 p.m., and on Sundays, noon to 5 p.m. with special weekday hours. Visit lavahot.springs.com for more information and a calendar of their hours. Yeah, 112 to 112 degrees, especially now that'd feel nice.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. We're inside, and I think both of us are a little cold. We keep the window open to try to get some of the crowd noise, get some of the atmosphere to you there at home. And quick fun fact about Lava, my parents spent their first wedding anniversary there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. It's a great place. I've been there countless times. 4th and 4 from the Rocky 40. Rocky fans in front of us making some noise. Empty set for Flowers. 5 receivers in the pattern. Flowers will throw. Flowers under pressure. Floats this one down the far side. Incomplete. One-on-one coverage down the far side. Looking for Morrell, who was lined up as a receiver, and it's a turnover on downs.
Looks like that was number 8. No, I'm looking for a number. It looks like it was number 19. I don't think we have a 19 on our roster, though.
Yeah, for Rocky, I don't know.
Yeah, number 19. He's the one getting all the attention down to the sideline, but we don't have his name for a roster. Oh, his name is Riker Clyde. Riker Clyde is his name. We don't have him on hand roster, but thank you to Idaho Press for helping us out right there. And he's only a sophomore, so Riker Clyde making a huge play. Again, one-on-one coverage on the far sideline, breaks it up.
Yeah, probably the matchup they wanted. Rovig play action. This drive starting at his own 40. Deep shot down the far side. Pass is caught. Was he in bounds? The answer is no. Thompson caught it but was out of bounds. And with 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter, things starting to tighten up. You could see both teams starting to take some more shots. There is a flag on the field that's sitting at the 45, just 5 yards in front of the line of scrimmage.
I like how both teams are taking a shot because I think they're trying to exploit what they hadn't seen yet and see what happens.
Ineligible man downfield on Rocky.
So even if that pass was completed, it would have been coming back nonetheless. But again, as I was saying, I like how these teams are taking a shot because this whole third quarter kind of resembles the first quarter as they're trying to feel each other out. But then this upcoming fourth quarter, they might try and make adjustments based on what they've seen in the prior quarter.
Last play of the third quarter. 10 seconds left to go. 1st and 15 from the Rocky 35. Rovig to throw. Has some time. Here comes another flag. Rovig steps up, scrambles to the near side, out of bounds at the 40. 2 seconds to go in the third quarter, so we'll get one more play here in the third. And it might set the Grizz back even more. Holding on Rocky.
I wish you've been keeping track of penalties because I would say that's at least like the 7th, 8th penalty for Rocky tonight. And then we still have one whole quarter to play.
Yeah. And I'm just quickly counting in my head, probably 6 or 7 in the second half. And they've only had 2. This is only their second drive in the second half.
And these refs are just finding everything. Every little mistake that these teams are doing, they're exploiting it, and they're throwing the laundry out there to show, hey, we're not messing around.
Yeah, a lot of flags, but on both sides. 1st and 25 from the 25. Rovig will send Reese in motion to the near side. Rovig will throw. Rovig over the middle. That pass high and incomplete. And we have reached the end of the third quarter. 2nd and a mile coming up for Rocky as we head to the 4th.
Idaho Drug in Rigby, a tradition in pharmacy since 1947 where your health is their top priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or a gift for that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main Street for all your pharmacy and drug store needs. They also offer free local delivery. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game. And if you're someone who enjoys a propane fireplace but are having some problems with either your pilot light, unexpected noises, excessive soot, or strange odors, give Fall River Propane a call. They service all makes and models of propane fireplaces. Fall River Propane, your full-service propane provider.
Update from up north as we head to the fourth quarter. Eagle leading 14-0 over Coeur d'Alene. And that game in the second quarter.
Still got a lot of game in that matchup right there, but as we've talked about, the winner of this game will be playing the winner of that game in the 6A championship.
Yes, they will. Obviously, if it's Rocky Eagle, that game will be in Boise. Outside of that, I'd have to use a lifeline.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. 12 minutes to go as we enter the fourth quarter. Rocky with a 2nd and 25 from its own 25 as we get going here with the final 12 minutes. Rovig to throw. Rovig with time. Now he's going to scramble to the near side, still with it, and has to throw it out of bounds. Nothing open down the field. Rigby had the field blanketed.
I know that's going to force a 3rd and incredibly long 3rd and 25 right there. And if you're Rocky Mountain here, do you try and take a shot again? Do you just try and get whatever yardage you can and give the ball back to Rigby, hoping your defense can make a play? What's your game plan?
I would run and punt. 3rd and 25 at your own 25. I'd play the field position game. I think the wind's to their back now, so that would help them. I don't know. That's what I'd do. We'll see what they decide to do.
I think that's a smart decision. I would do the same thing as well.
Pistol set. Sending Reese out in motion. Now it's empty. They'll throw. Rovig steps up over the middle. Pass is caught by Isaiah Reed with the reception. up to the 38. He's still about 13 yards short of the first down marker. And likely punting time here for the Grizz.
Yeah, that's going to be about a fourth and 12 right there. Gain of 13 on that play, so probably more yards than what we were thinking with the run right there. But nonetheless, they're going to send the punt unit out there. And based on what we've seen from Rigby so far, just continually running the ball and chewing clock, we might expect to see Rigby just continue to run this ball and chew as much clock as they can.
Punt formation here for Rocky. Punting a lot more tonight than they're used to. The punter dropped the snap, and they kicked it right into the line, and Rigby comes up with it at the 35. A flag comes in after the play. It was a bad snap, and the punter, Ethan Miller, just kicked it right into the line, and it landed right in the hands of a Rigby player at the Rocky 35. We do have a flag that we have to unpack. For now, though, it's a short field for the Trojans.
This is a very pivotal call.
And it is a late hit on Rocky. And here comes another flag, this one on the Rigby sideline.
We saw one flag come from the Rigby sideline in that first half, and it was a sideline warning. This might be their second one.
Yeah, I think the late hit was on Rigby. I got kind of confused because they just changed possessions and they said defense, and so
I think the call was on Rigby.
Yeah. And now here comes an unsportsmanlike conduct, and this one's going to be on Rigby as well. So, wow, this is this 30 penalty yards now on Rigby?
It might even be more than 30. At the max, it would be 40, but that ball is going to be moved back from about, they had the ball at the 35 yard line. This ball is going to be moved back into Rigby territory at least.
Yeah. So you had the late hit, and then you had an unsportsmanlike conduct flag come in from the Rigby sideline. And those Rigby coaches have some explaining to do.
Yeah, because it looks like we got one coach standing right on midfield trying to explain what's going on to the refs. We got a couple coaches talking to two different refs.
This ball moved from 135 to the other. Rigby was going to get the ball at the Rocky 35, and after the penalties, it moves all the way back to Rigby's own 35.
That's 30 penalty yards right there.
Wow. The Rigby coaching staff still expressing their opinions to the men in the stripes.
Hey, but the men in the stripes, once that call is made, they can't go back on it.
So those two 15-yard penalties costing Rigby 30 yards in penalties. That is huge.
Yeah, we've seen more penalty yards in this first half than actual offensive yards in the second half.
You might be right about that. 1st and 10, Rigby at its own 35 now. Shotgun set for Flowers. Handoff up the middle. Big hole up the middle. Still on his feet and now breaking into the secondary. Up the hash marks, down inside the 30 to the 20. Touchdown, Rigby. Amani Morrell, no flags this time. They're going crazy on the far side.
The call on the field is a touchdown. Amani Morrell from the 35, where they lost, as we said, 30 penalty yards, wipes that all off the board with a 65-yard touchdown run by number 10, the junior running back, Amani Morrell, guy who we've called his name a good amount, especially in that first half, with a huge touchdown run to put Rigby up by 10, potentially 11 points with his PAT.
Snap was in the turf, but able to recover and boot it through as the Rigby special teams. 21-10, Rigby. Over 10-0, Rocky Mountain.
I mean, we said that first 6 minutes of that third quarter, we needed to see Rocky Mountain show up. I think it's safe to say they didn't show up. Yeah. But there's still 10:51 left in this game. But based on the way we've seen play, despite how ugly it's been with all the penalties, Rigby might be walking away with this.
It is 21-10 with 10:51 left to play in the fourth quarter. Rocky hasn't trailed basically all year. And now here they are down multiple scores. Granted, early stages of the fourth quarter. Man, Rocky's in a hole here.
Yeah, Rocky's in a little bit of trouble. And you gotta like step it up. I mean, if you're an offense, it goes without saying you need to step it up as an offense. But I've been saying this the whole halftime, second half. You need to get your other playmakers involved. You are relying on like two guys out there, including your quarterback, to use his legs. You need to get the other guys involved.
Rigby will boot this one away with 10:51 left to play. And the Rigby defense has been on it tonight. Holding down this high-flying Rocky offense. The only touchdown Rocky has is a 70-yard touchdown run by Reese that came all the way back in the opening minutes of the game. Kick is away, short kick into the wind, fielded off a bounce. Here is Kimball Turner. Kimball Turner with the seam now up the numbers is all the way down to the 45. Caden Kimball Turner, a good return up to the Rigby 45. And now Rocky, with 10:44 left to play, has got to find some offense.
Every time I see a big play like that happen, I'm holding my breath to see if we're going to see a flag thrown on the field, because it seems like every time that there's been some big play or something good that happens, there's a penalty on the field, and it just gets completely wiped out. So I'm holding my breath on that touchdown run by Morrell. There was no flags. On that big kick return by Kimball Turner, no flags. So these are what these teams are hoping for. No penalties, clean football, but efficient football the rest of the game.
Rovig in the pistol set, 1st and 10 here from his own 45. Rocky trailing 21-10. Up the middle they go. This one's going to pick up about 3, pushing the pile forward now to the 49. A gain of 4. You got to keep in mind the clock here if you're Rocky, because remember, Rigby's had a couple pretty long 5-6 minute drives in this game already.
Yeah, so you cannot be milking the clock if you're Rocky, because you have to be aware, just like you said, Lucas, Rigby can chew this clock very easily, so you have to be moving with a little bit of purpose if you're Rocky Mountain.
2nd and 6 from their own 49. Pistol set. Running back Jordan Kafari is the man in the backfield. Single receiver left, single receiver right, tight end left. Rovig will take the snap to Kafari. Here they go across the 50 and down to the 46. Jordan Kafari, one of the many running backs that Rocky likes to rotate in. Problem is, they might need to throw it a little bit.
Yeah, they need to throw it a little bit, because even if you get a first down, that clock does stop temporarily, but as soon as each team breaks the huddle, that clock is moving.
3rd and 1 from the 46. Kafari and Thompson, the two men in the backfield. Shotgun set for Rovig, twins left. Rigby will bring pressure. Play action. Rovig on the move. Delivers it. Thompson caught. Here comes a flag. First down for the moment as Thompson's out of bounds at the 39.
Play action pass. Just looking for the Thompson in the flat run underneath, which he was wide open. Made a little bit of a acrobatic catch to jump. He jumped up a little bit because it's a little bit of a high throw right there, but gets the completion. Does get the first down as of right now, but we saw that yellow flag on the field.
It looks like it's going to be against Rocky as the offense walking this one back. Officials haven't broken their huddle yet.
And we got one fan down there not really liking the calls about all these penalties.
Yeah, fans don't like it when officials get together and talk for a lengthy amount of time too, and that's what's going on here. 9:13 to play as the officials still haven't broken their huddle, and it's going to be holding against Rocky after all of that. So move it back 10 yards, take the first down off the board. It is a spot foul, so they're going to move this back to Rocky's own 49, leaving a 3rd and 6.
9:13 left, 3rd and 6 right here. So only a 5-yard penalty. But still, just another penalty. These penalties have been really haunting the Grizzlies this whole second half.
Yeah, both teams, but Rigby's just been able to overcome it. That's really the difference. 3rd and 6 from their own 49. Rovig motions the back out, empty set, he'll throw. Rovig will step up in the pocket. He's going to take off and run. Has the first down across the 45 to the 40, now down to the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big pickup by the senior quarterback, Austin Rovig, and it moves the chains for the Grizz.
Austin Rovig does a really nice job of being able to maneuver the pocket, step up in said pocket, and get a huge gain to put them into plus territory at the 34-yard line of Rigby. And again, you got to be watching the clock. There's still a little over 9 minutes left, but you have to be mindful of that clock.
Rocky has to score here.
Rocky, you have to. You have to be a touchdown. Have to get a touchdown.
9 minutes left to go. Pistol set here for Rovig as he looks to the near side. Twins right, single receiver left, tight end left. As Rigby will motion the defensive lineman over to the left. Rovig to throw. He'll launch this one towards the end zone. That pass is caught at the 1, and he's going to be down at the 1. 1st and goal, Rocky. Trying to see who that was. Again, we don't have the best angles when they get down at that part of the field.
It looks like, I mean, just in general, it looks like the fans and the team want a touchdown.
Yeah, it was close.
But there was a ref literally right next to where the catch was made.
1st and goal, Rocky at the 1. 8:46 left to play. Reese, the deep back here in the pistol set, and another flag comes in.
That flag came from all 4 refs on the field.
And it's going to be 12 men this time on Rigby, and they'll move it up maybe 3 inches.
Just enough to where the penalty is still applied, but also to not where the nose of the ball is touching the goal line.
There is no one on Jeff Thompson, who's one of the twin receivers, out to the near side. As Rocky gets somewhat organized, now Rigby's going to send Parker Graham out there to cover him. 1st and goal from the 1. Pistol set. Reese the back. They go to Reese. Up the middle. Only needs about a foot, and he's got it. Touchdown, Rocky. Tayshawn Reese, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And it inches Rocky back to within a score.
Tayshawn Reese, again, you just said it, Lucas, 2nd touchdown of the night, the only guy supplying the touchdowns on the board, but we really have to give credit to Austin Rovig, the quarterback, with a absolute perfect ball to, I assume, would be Jeff Thompson on the far sideline, who got them down to the 1. Just a really, really nice, just a simple fly route down the field, give your receiver a chance, and that's exactly what happened. And then number 20, Tayshawn Reese, finishes it off.
Rocky's going to go for 2, and this would cut it to a 3-point game if they're able to get it.
And they got a bunch formation all the way on the left.
Yeah, Oregon formation, and they're going to run the snap out of it. Has a man open in the end zone. It's caught. 2-point conversion is good. Caden Kimball-Turner pulls Rocky to within 3.
If you are Rigby here, this is the one thing you could not allow, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now this is what we wanted out of this game. We knew this was going to be a back-and-forth game. We knew this was going to be an absolute battle. What I didn't know is the score would only be 21-18 with 8.5 minutes left.
Yeah. I mean, you looked at these two teams on paper. You thought it might be in the 40s. I mean, last time these two teams got together, it was back in 2022 in the state semifinals game. And it's kind of shaping it. That one was a 34-27 Rigby win. But this one looking more like the 2020 state championship, which was a 17-14 final. So 8:25 left to play in this one. Rigby holding on to a 3-point lead, 21-18. And Rocky will kick it back to him.
Franklin Building Supply is a proud supporter of local student athletes and all of the building professionals of Eastern Idaho. Their friendly and knowledgeable team is ready to help make your project a success from start to finish. Franklin Building Supply in Pocatello. It's worth the trip, ladies and gentlemen.
So Rocky now with some momentum. The mascot waving the black flag here on the near side as Rocky lines up to kick it back away. 8:25 left to play in this one. Winner on to the state championship.
And this Rocky Mountain crowd, which has been silenced for most of this second half, is on their feet, hooting and hollering to try and get their team a lead or to at least tie the game.
Kick is away, and Golding from the 5 up to the 20 before he's dropped. So the Rigby offense comes out onto the field. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. Last time out, it was a 65-yard touchdown run by Morrell. So each team has a long touchdown run. One by Reese, that was Rocky's. One by Morrell, that was Rigby's. Each team has also sustained at least one drive as well that resulted in a touchdown.
Yeah, they each have one long touchdown, but they also each have one one-yard touchdown run.
That's true, yeah.
So they've been able to run the ball like the battle of the trenches 1 yard, or they've been able to just weave through traffic and outrun people with those 65 and 70-yard respective touchdown runs.
This drive will start from the 22. Now the Rocky faithful bringing some noise. Shotgun set, Twins out to the right. Flowers will take the snap, hand this one off up the middle, and nowhere to go. Morrell wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Rocky can feel the momentum shifting. It's a pickup of 1, under 8 minutes to play.
Yeah, this faithful is really getting loud. They're getting on their feet, or at least some of them are. As 7:50 left, and if you're Rigby here, you're just trying to chew as much clock as you can while also traversing the length of the field.
Flowers will send Morrell in motion out to the far side. Swing pass to Morrell, caught behind the line of scrimmage. Morrell, there he goes down the far side, close to the first down marker. As Morrell on the swing pass picks up at least 7, could be 8. They give him 10, and that's a first down. We're pretty low to the ground. Kind of hard to tell sometimes.
I know, when it's like far out or like at an angle where we can't see, we can't identify numbers, we can't see where the first down markers or where they landed. So it's a little tough for us up here in the booth, but we're making do.
I know we're audio only, but when it's down that far side, sometimes you at home, you're just as good as I am at seeing what's going on over there. 7:36 to go. Rigby 1st and 10 from its own 35. They keep it on the ground. This is Morrell up to the 40. And Morrell works his way up the hash marks, picks up 5.
They're really relying on Amari Morrell up here. Only the junior running back. They have many senior running backs they can rely on, but they're trusting Morrell out there to make a play for them and just chew that clock.
And an injury on the field, and this is a big one. It's Rowan Rupp, who's the junior tackle for Rocky. Rupp is probably the best defensive lineman in the state. Certainly one of the highest rated players in next year's recruiting class. Down on his back right now, being attended to by some of the trainers. And this would be a huge loss for Rocky, especially the way Rigby's been running it lately.
Yes, especially so. Yeah, Rowan Rupp out there, defensive lineman, getting offers from Boise State, Nevada, New Mexico, all current Mountain West teams. Obviously, Boise State moving to the Pac-12. Hopefully, Rowan Rupp, it's nothing too severe. Looks like he's going to need some help getting off the field, but maybe late in this game, if he's all good to go, he'll come back in and help this team make a stand and hopefully go to the finals.
Yeah, for sure. He's still down on his back as they attend to him. With 7:21, while they attend to Rupp, we'll step aside here on IdahoSports.com. 3-point game with 7:21 left to play.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
So Rowan Rupp coming to the sideline with a lot of assistance. Appears to be a left leg injury, we'll call it. And he can't put hardly any weight on that leg.
So that means other guys are going to have to step up for this Rocky Mountain defensive line with Rupp now likely out for the rest of the game. We're gonna see who that can be. I mean, there's a lot of guys on this roster, obviously, but we'll see. We'll try and identify numbers to names to see who can step up and try and stopping this really good Rigby run offense.
2nd and 4 from the 41. Rigby runs it up the middle, right at Rupp's replacement, and it's a first down and more. As breaking out of the herd is the running back, and there he goes all the way down to the 41. Rigby ran that right up that gap where Rupp normally is.
Yeah, without Rowan Rupp right there, they exploited that. That was probably the big thing on the sideline, the Rigby sideline they were talking about, saying Rowan Rupp, their best defensive lineman, is out. Let's run at him.
1st and 10 from the 45. Back to the ground goes Rigby. Back to the right side they go. It's another first down for the Trojans. And with under 7 minutes to play, another Rocky defender down at the 35. And slow to get up. That's Tayshawn Reese, who's one of the many running backs here for this Rocky team. Two-way player, also plays defensive back. Or check that, that's not Reese. That is Owen Weatherly, one of the linebackers.
We've called Owen Weatherly's name a couple times, has two tackles for loss in tonight's game. So that is another big loss. You lose Rowan Rupp, the defensive lineman, the star defensive lineman for this team, and now you're losing another pass rusher. So that's 2 lost defensive linemen right there in a span of like 3 plays.
Yeah, he's going to have to come out for at least a play as they're out attending to him. We're under 7 minutes to play in this game. Weatherly now sitting up.
Good amount of trainers and staff around him trying to figure out what is wrong. It also looks like a definitely lower half of the body injury. Can't identify which side is it, but that's another blow to this defensive line and just defense in general as you need to stop this run game, and losing guys who are good at stopping the run. That's not a recipe for success, and it's unfortunate because you lose guys to injuries. That is the way you don't want to have your players have to check out of the game.
There's one thing this Rocky team does have. It's stars, and they also got some depth, too. They're going to have to dip into that depth here on the defensive side of the ball as Weatherly gingerly walking with some assistance to that near side. And Rigby is just doing anything they want on the ground. They're running it every day and on days that don't even end in Y right now.
We might be seeing potentially number 24, Maxwell Barton, a senior defensive lineman. We might be seeing Mason Turpin, a sophomore, a junior defensive lineman, Austin McDermott, Matthew McLeod, both defensive tackles, senior defensive tackles coming into the game now.
So ready to resume play following the second Grizz defensive injury. It's a 2nd and 1 here from the Rocky 36. Rigby pistol set, 3 backs in the backfield. And on this pistol set, they run it up the middle again, and again, it's another first down. This one only picks up about 3, but it's enough to move the chains.
Another fresh set of downs here for the Red Devils. I feel like we haven't said the Red Devils in quite some time.
Well, they're playing like it right now.
Yeah, they're playing like it. They're just milking that clock. Clock's going to start moving right now with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
That was Morrell on the carry. Morrell has the first down here to the 36. 6:22 left to play. If Rigby can punch this thing in, that would go a long ways to pushing the Red Devils into the 6A state championship. Pistol set again. Again to the ground, again to Morrell over on the right side this time. Picks up about 2. He's over to the 31, maybe the 32. And we have hit the halfway mark here in this fourth quarter. 6 minutes in, 6 to go.
I definitely think Rocky, even though you don't get a ton of yards right there, only 2 yards, I think they are content with that because it keeps the clock moving. And seeing where they are at the spot of the field at the 34-yard line, this is 4-down territory for them. We've seen them go for it numerous times in this game, and especially in this spot. So this is essentially a first down for them.
Heavy pistol set once again on 2nd and 8 from the 31. Two receivers in the pattern. They go to the ground once again. This time they tried the left side across the 30 down to the 28. Goes Rigby. 3rd down coming up. And then Rocky's going to use a timeout. So I think Rocky's just got one timeout left as they try it again with Morrell. And so that's going to be important as we play out these last 5 minutes and 20 seconds as well. Rocky with just one timeout. Rigby with just one timeout.
Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Rigby Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with both excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right. Buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at www.taylorchev.com. Once again, that is www.taylorchev.com.
3rd down and 5 from the 28. Rigby might be 4-down territory. I don't know, might not be. If they kick a field goal, they force Rocky to score a touchdown. But one thing that I've learned about watching this Rigby team over the last 3 years, Armando Gonzalez coaches to win the game.
And we've seen that tonight. They've gone for it numerous times, as I said, about 4 times on 4th down. So if they don't get this 3rd down and 5 here, they would definitely go for it on 4th down. At least that's what I think.
3rd and 5, pistol set. Duenas, the deep back. He's going to get it here. Over on the right side, Duenas didn't get there. He's about 2 yards short. So 5:14 left to play here in the 4th quarter. And here comes the decision from the Rigby sideline. 4th down coming up. It'll be a 4th and 3 from the Rocky 28. Offense staying on the field. Biggest play of the night to this point.
They're not going to send their senior kicker, Dale Butler, out there, who I think could make this field goal. They're going to trust their offense. And as you said, Armando Gonzalez, the head coach, is a very risky coach. He goes for the win, and that's what they're doing right here.
Shotgun set, tight end in motion from left to right. 4th and 3. Flowers to keep on the right side. Flowers has the first down by about a yard. Rigby appears to have moved the chains. They do move the chains with 4:30 left to play in the game. And Rocky, with just one timeout, is going to have to watch this clock melt away.
And if you get down to another 4th down and short, once again, especially with a lot less time, I think they would go for it again.
I think they would too.
Because at this point, you are sitting at the 22-yard line of Rocky Mountain. The only way that Rocky Mountain's going to get time on this clock and get the ball back is a turnover.
Might be at this point.
And you have to get a fumble. They are not throwing this ball. I'd be shocked if they throw this ball here.
Duenas, the back here in the shotgun set. Duenas gets it over on the right side. Rocky blitzes. Doesn't matter. Duenas breaks into the secondary and down at the 10 all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal, Rigby at 3:52 to go.
Wow. Everyone was staring at the pile that was happening a couple yards in front of the line of scrimmage. And next thing we know, we see Duenas breaking out of that pile and gets it all the way down to the 8-yard line, forcing a 1st and goal. And they're just going to have to watch this clock run as there's 3:40 left, and that clock is not stopping.
If I'm Rigby, I almost don't want to score on these next 2 plays. If I'm Rigby, I want to score on, 3rd down.
Yeah, you do not, even though you beat up by 2 possessions, you do not want to give Rocky Mountain the ball back with 3 minutes left.
Morrell, the back in the shotgun set. Thomas in motion going to the far side. 3:20 left to play. Flowers to keep on the right side. Flowers down towards the 5. About perfect if you're a Rigby fan, because another 30 seconds is going to come off the clock here. 3 minutes left to go.
I mean, hey, maybe they heard you. Maybe they know that, hey, we do not want to score right now. Maybe we want to wait until 3rd down to score.
Morrell over on the right side. Morrell to the goal line, just short. At the 1, 2:52 left to play. Clock still running. 3rd down and goal coming up from about the 2, no, the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. Rigby to the line of scrimmage with 2:39 to go. They've handed off straight ahead, and he's short. So Rigby, the quick snap, and 2:28 to go. Clock still moving. Rocky has a timeout, and it's 4th and goal from the 1. Rocky not using its only timeout. 2:16 to go. Whistle, and now a timeout taken by who? Rigby, probably.
It looks like it was on Rocky Mountain.
They still didn't point who took it. That's kind of a big deal on who took that timeout, right? 2:16 to go.
I think it was Rocky Mountain calling their final timeout because that's the refs are talking to the coach.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll go with that. It was Rocky. Now they put it up on the scoreboard. Rocky calling its final timeout. Zach, this is basically the ball game right here.
Yeah. So, yeah, if Rocky Mountain can somehow get a stand, they get a huge goal line stand, you are setting up likely at the 1 or 2 yard line. You have to not even traverse the whole field. You just have to get in a field goal range. But I think in this point in the postseason, these two teams meeting so much in the past, they would definitely want a touchdown. But if Rigby does score here, about a little over 2 minutes left, and then you got a 2-possession lead if you're Rigby, your defense just has to hold for the next 2 minutes.
The ball is at the foot line, and it's on the near hash. So if you kick a field goal, it's at an awkward angle, but Rigby doesn't kick. They go for it on 4th down. They're going to go here.
They go for the win, and that's Coach Armando Gonzalez's mantra.
Pistol set, Duenes, the back. They go to Duenes on the left side. They hit the pile. Rocky thinks they have the stop. They storm to the near side, and the Grizz have held. Holy cow. And now with 2:11 left to play in the game, Rocky has to go 99.9 yards to potentially win it and can tie with the field goal. Did we expect anything less? Duenes lost about a half yard. And the Rocky defense knew they stuffed it right from the start. They came storming to the near side.
Wow. We had just been talking about this running game has been hammering the ball, and they lost. Rocky Mountain lost 2 of their defensive linemen. What a way for them to step up and get a huge goal line stand, giving Rocky Mountain a chance to win the game.
2:11 to play. Rocky doesn't have any timeouts. Rovig to throw from his own end zone. Now he takes off and slides. Inbounds at the 8. Rocky's got to go. 2 minutes left to play in this one. They need at least 3. Clock under 2 minutes now. Rocky's got to get a 2-minute situation going. They're up to the line of scrimmage. Rigby a little bit slow to get up to the ball. No one's up at the ball for Rigby. Now they run up to the line of scrimmage. 1:43 to go. Rovig still hasn't snapped it. Rovig, empty set, will take the snap. Rovig fires this one near side. That pass is caught, I think. No, now they say it hit the ground. Incomplete pass. Clock stops with 1:32 left to play. 3rd and 6 coming up. There's some confusion, especially on that play.
Yeah, Rigby, nobody was set. As soon as Rocky Mountain was getting ready to call the play, no one was there for Rigby.
Nobody. 11 guys were standing 12 yards in the secondary. 3rd down and 6 from their own 8. And now Rocky's having to get some guys on the field. Rocky doesn't have any timeouts, remember.
And you can't take a flag here. A flag is not what you're looking for right now.
Rovig in the shotgun. Man in motion. That's going to be Thompson. Rovig will throw. Rovig with time. Now running out of it. He's going to take off. Rovig between the hash marks has the first down across the 20 down to the 29. Clock will temporarily stop to reset the chains here at 1:25. Rocky needs at least a field goal.
And you can hear these Rocky Mountain faithful saying, hurry up, move, get the ball down the field. It's like, Yeah, and like they're going because they're watching that clock milk away.
Down to 109. Clock moving as they send a man in motion. Rovig to throw again. Rovig, deep bomb down the near side. Has a man. It's dropped. It was in the hands of Caden Kimball-Turner, who had a step on the defender, and he dropped it at the 35.
Oh, that is a heartbreaker. That ball was thrown about 50 yards in the air as Caden Kimball-Turner could not come down there. It looks like he's down on the ground.
Yeah, he's hurt. And that clock will stop with 1:01 left to play. Turner in some pain will come to the near side. And frustrated that he didn't come down with that one. 1:01 left to play. Rigby does have one timeout. 61 seconds left to play. They probably have no plans to use it, unless it's to ice a kicker maybe. Rocky's still got some work to do though. Ball sitting back at its own 20. Ball between the hash marks, trips right, single receiver left here for Rovig. Reese the back standing to his left. 2nd and 10. Rovig steps up in the pocket, has a man over the middle, dropped again. This time it's by Thompson. And Thompson would have had a first down at the 40.
Jeff Thompson, not only would he have had a first down at the 40, he would have had about an additional 10 yards afterwards. He had it in his possession, and then as soon as he takes his eyes off like his hands and where the ball is, he looks forward, he drops it. So he he got a little too excited there, but that is a huge drop on 2nd down.
Not a soul sitting here at Rocky. 3rd and 10 from their own 20. 55 seconds to go. Rovig throws this one down the near side. Pass is overthrown. He's looking for Brady Pratt, the junior tight end, and it's 4th down. And it comes down to this. Rocky, one of the best seasons we've ever seen from any school in Idaho, could watch it all wash down the drain on this play.
This is their season. 4th and 10. They have to get a first down here to just keep their season alive.
4th and 10 from their own 20. Rocky's got to get 10. Trips to the right, single receiver left, Rovig to throw. Rovig with time. Scrambling, still looking. Rovig still looking. Here comes the pressure as he rolls to the near side. Throws it down the near sideline. Caught it and swatted out of his hands. Rigby holds. And with 36 seconds to go, the Red Devils are going to the state championship.
Watching the Rigby sideline going nuts right now as it was in the hands, I think that was number 84, Cooper Crane.
Yeah.
It was in his hands, and it was a tough play on the sideline, hands up, but in a very vulnerable position where a receiver could just knock the ball out, and that's exactly what happened. And Rigby is going to the 6A state championship game against the winner of Coeur d'Alene versus Eagle.
And Rocky is stunned.
I mean, barring some unfortunate mishap by Rigby here, which would be absolutely crazy, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think so either. They just got to sit on this one. 36 seconds to go. Flowers under center, and he takes a knee. The Rigby Red Devils march on to the state championship. They win it 21-18. We'll take a timeout at IdahoSports.com. We'll come back and order IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Rigby wins another tight one in the state semifinals on the road at Rocky. 21-18 your final.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Your final score here from Rocky. They're not the Trojans. They're the Red Devils this time of year. Rigby wins it 21-18 over 10-0 Rocky, a team that was beating teams by an average of 5 touchdowns all season, and Rigby comes in and beats them on their home turf and marches on to the state championship. What a game this was.
What a game. You said it, Lucas. And we were expecting a high-powered offense game. We were expecting touchdown after touchdown. We were expecting points in the 40s, if not higher. The final score is 21-18. 21-18. Neither offense had scored the amount of points that they had been scoring all season long. But really, who really came to play was that Rigby defense, especially that second half. Pass breakup after pass breakup. I mean, sack, TFL, everything. Just the blanketed coverage and being able to cover and play well when it mattered most. Credit to the Rigby defense for really stepping up in that second half and limiting a high-powered Rocky offense, which had been scoring over 40 points a game, to only 18 tonight.
Yeah, Rocky's season low prior to tonight was 31. They scored about half of that tonight with 18. Just an incredible performance here from this Rigby defense. So one thing left to do tonight, it's award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. Tonight's Player of the Game is brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, reminding you to always keep your head in the game, whether you're on the road or on the field. Be in the moment and free from distractions. So we kind of discussed this a little bit during the break. Rigby I made a comment earlier, Rigby was running it on every day that ends in Y and then was also running it on the days that don't end in Y. That's kind of what they were doing in the second half, right? And so they got running back after running back. We have Armando Gonzalez who's calling this the best offensive line he's had since he's been at Rigby in those 8 seasons. So, I mean, take your pick at this one.
Yeah, so we were talking about this. There are multiple running backs we could have picked. We could have picked number 5, Jersey Duenes, who had 2 touchdowns. Or we could have picked number 10, Armani Morel, who had only 1 touchdown, but it was a 65-yard touchdown, and he was the guy they relied on. So, in the end, Lucas and I had decided to go with number 10, the junior running back, Amani Morel, with that long touchdown run, and he had more yards than Duenes. So, he is our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, talking about Amani Morel.
Yeah, Morel's 65-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter, and that put Rigby up by 2 scores and really put Rocky behind the 8 ball. That was the biggest play of the night for this Rigby offense, was that 65-yard touchdown run. But this defense, granted, aided by a couple drops on Rocky's side, but this defense, the story of the night for Rigby, as the Trojans are going back to the state championship once again. Listen to this, Zach. They've been to the state championship now 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And now a little bit of a hiatus in 23. Didn't go in 23, lost to Eagle last year in the quarterfinals. They're going right back there here this year in 2024.
Well, that's why they're called the Red Devils. It's that alter ego, not just being the Trojans, but the Red. Yeah, they live up to that Red Devils hype and that alter ego once again, especially led by Coach Armando Gonzalez, taking that from California, bringing it up to Idaho, and it works.
Yeah. Yeah, and Rigby, I don't know what it is about this team, but they just turn it on in November. So they schedule some tough out-of-state teams, schedule teams from Washington, Utah, and they go through their lumps in September and then turn it up in November. So This IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2024 Idaho High School Football Postseason is brought to you by Project Filter, Your Health Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, Valley-Wide Cooperative, your local Toyota dealer, Dip Fusion Helmet Reconditioning, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Special thanks to Athletic Director Troy Rice and everyone here at Rocky for their hospitality of getting this game broadcast to you at home. Congratulations once again to Amani Morello, IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. For Zach White and everyone behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Lucas Gephardt. Rigby, this time of year, they're the Red Devils. They win at 21-18 and march on to another state championship game. We'll see you next week.
Let's talk about open enrollment for health insurance. Your Health Idaho's got you covered with all you need to know. Open enrollment is the time of year where you can enroll in or change your health insurance coverage. And Your Health Idaho is the place to go for quality coverage at a lower cost. 25% of enrollees pay $25 or less. Make sure to enroll by December 16th to get covered and save money.
This year, help dreams come true with the Ideal Idaho 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits, ownership flexibility Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, K-12 education, and student loan repayment. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org if you would like to learn more.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to